everybody, welcome to another night of Warhammer 40K's Dark Heresy. Excited to be doing the second episode of this thrilling adventure in 40,000 years in the future. Yeah, I can't wait to get back into it. We have lots going on in the channel in the future. Pirate Borg's coming up this Sunday, so stay tuned for that. That's a really cool game, and yeah, I can't say too much about it, but that system is totally amazing. If you like Morkborg, even if you didn't like Morkborg, this hardcore pirates and looting in the Caribbean, can't beat that. Mothership and The Walking Dead. I pretty much got all my players for The Walking Dead. I could use one more, so but got enough to begin it, and you're going to see that either the 3rd or 4th week of September. We're going to begin that long campaign for that. And yeah, Mothership, Alien RPG, all coming on the horizon. But for now, let's continue with Warhammer 40K's Dark Heresy, 40,000 years in the future. It's tough to act just like Alien, like 200 years in the future. Can't imagine 40,000. Just imagine that, 40,000 years in the future. What are humans really going to be like at that point in time? Yeah. It's hard to imagine. Anyways, Karkarev, take her over.
Hey, I'm Karkarev. I'm going to be the GM for this tonight's session of Dark Heresy again. We're going through Tattered Fates, got through the initial encounter in the pit. They all fell in the pit, but they got out of the pit. Nobody died except for all of those people that did die. And then the guy that they saved, whose name I've forgotten. So hopefully I wrote that down somewhere. If not, we're going to make a new one up on the fly. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to be the GM. They're stuck, the Acolytes, at this point, just regular Imperial citizens of varied backgrounds. They have escaped the pit of the Bloodsport games and are now dealing with all the fun that generated. So they're somewhere under something. As far as they know, there's a roof over their head, and it's dark and bloody and terrible. Octa's found a knife. I want to say Pib found a club. No, Jace found a club. Jace found a club. And they all found friendship in the grim darkness of the far future. So that's great. Yeah, so that's what I got. What do you guys got? Anything?
Yeah, we kind of made it to that club. Severus did that big part of him while he calmly walked around the scene like a nobleman, not worrying about.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I think we called it together from like a jawbone or something, or a femur, right? Like a human femur and some teeth or something, and then some pieces of rag, and I made like a Aztec style club out of it.
With a coffee machine.
Coffee machine? Okay, sure. Or a toaster, whatever you like.
Oh, I remember you saying that coffee machine, so I find it kind of hilarious you grinded down a club with a coffee machine.
That's how part of the handle in the coffee machine. Like metal or something. And then we climbed out, and then we found this dead person who was like kind of stabbed, I believe, and like kind of nailed to this machine on the side of the... I don't remember.
Yeah, it was on the side. It was basically like a door switch in a gruesome way. Then I remember you gave Octus the knife. He ran out the door. Say later, losers, if I remember.
Yeah, something like that. Like, so long, suckers. He takes off running.
Yeah. So yes, you woke up drugged in the pit. A bunch of painted-looking flesh, glistening flesh, blind monsters came out. You pounded one down. A man with a very ornate heron mask with some feathers on it came out and watched for a while, and then lowered a ladder for you to climb out. When you climbed up, he was gone. The cage door burst open, spilling out the rest of the little flesh monsters into the arena, and they took out everybody else who was remaining, other than the gentleman to the left there. You managed to help him out.
I do remember Octus almost hitting him with a rock.
Yeah, Octus very much almost hit him with a rock, but he did kind of duck out of the way of it. So good to Octus there, as well as Severus did locate that body that was dead, and it had been slashed through the neck from like behind, almost to the point where it severed its spine. So that the head's just like barely hung on with a little strip of skin there. So found a dagger, found a note. Mentioning a few things. And let's see, the note mentioned their master being betrayed, not to trust anyone. My notes here jumped.
I also remember
The widower.
Immortal. Wait, what was your character's name? Immortal.
Jace.
What?
Jace.
Jace. I'm sorry, I wasn't saying on roll 20. Jace killed one of those dog thingies, and we went up the top and kind of rallied the other guys to try to escape before they got torn apart.
Yep, and one of them managed to make it out, and then, like I said, found a note pinned to a little control board over by the dead man that said, if the widower has his way, you'll all drown in the black light of hell's uncounted when the hour strikes at last. And then Octus ran down the hallway, seemingly a little disoriented from his, being bitten almost to death. And that's where we are.
Just to confirm, GM, you said that the guy that was watching us, he was wearing a hair-on mask, right? And the picture that I'm seeing of the guy that's dead, it's a different mask, right?
Yep, definitely not the same guy. This appears to be just a general slaver or under hive worker with some a skin mask over his face, and he's got some tattered clothes, and he looks like not the most reputable sort of individual, but he's certainly much lower class than the gentleman you saw before, based on
Would Jace as a hive worlder be able to tell what class he is?
True.
Specifically, I would say probably not. I don't know. But again, anybody from, a normal part of the Imperium would know that this is a blood sport arena, so it appears like he might be one of the people who work here or something like that. Maybe somebody who was responsible for throwing you into the pit, maybe somebody who's responsible for taking care of, in as much as taking care of the animals is not a good thing, it's just herding them into cages and then spilling them into this blood pit to fight.
Okay. Tib is going to go over... Sorry.
Go ahead. I was just going to ask if the guy had anything else on him. That's it. But I think I already asked that before and you said no.
Let's see. I think he did.
Yeah, just pat him down.
All right. Sorry, I gotta kick back through my notes real quick. He had a knife. Let's see. Oh, okay. You find several unpleasant trinkets and charms, little bits of bone, with little carvings and twists of leather, and they're just horrible. They're just really not pleasant. As well as an assessor key on a leather thong, a meat hook, and a stub revolver loaded with four rounds.
Ooh. Okay.
That is nice. As he does this, Tip's going to go over to the fellow that got out and ask him a little bit about himself.
So he's again a rather portly older gentleman. He's huffing and puffing, and at this point kind of has laid back down on the ground and looks up at you, and he says,
You okay, man?
"No, are you okay? What happened? How did we get here?"
Well, I'm not pretty sure. I remember a screaming head next to a pit full of eyeless monsters that want to eat your flesh, but I managed to get you out, but our other companions looked down in the pit and being torn apart. Are not doing so well. I would look down.
So you say that, and at this he leans out, pushes himself up, and looks up over the wall of the pit and sees what's going on down there, which is just the remaining 5 or 6 people that were in the pit just being completely just mulched, just turned into a red paste, and you know, the monsters are grabbing them and pulling them apart and screaming, and he just
I just say, oh, don't keep worrying. Don't worry about it.
He just goes out. He's unconscious now.
Oh. Well, I've seen worse. Anyway, I go with the Severus. I believe we never really truly introduced ourselves besides that panic state of me trying to come up with ideas come out. I am Tib. I am from Karakor. I'm guessing we're on Karakor since we're all Karakorans, I'm guessing?
No.
What?
No.
Wait, this ain't Karakor?
Well, I am from Armageddon.
Wait, this is Armageddon?
I don't know where we're at.
What the hell is Armageddon? Wait, is this hell or something? Is the planet blowing up?
No?
Wait, is a planet named Armageddon?
Yes.
Well, that seems counterintuitive. It's kind of confusing.
I mean, once again, I don't know where we're at. That's just what my planet's called.
Wait, your planet's called I don't know where we're at? No, you're confused. Are you from Armageddon or
No,
I don't know where we're at?
My homeworld is Armageddon.
Okay.
Hence being my planet's name. So we're following along, yes?
Okay, I think I'm getting it now. Sorry. I've never been off of Karakor. I think hardly any of my people have. Never heard of anyone leaving at all.
It's probably safe to assume you're not in Kansas anymore.
What the hell's a Kansas? Okay, Metal Man, where you're from? Apparently we're not.
Yeah, so I'll introduce myself and I'll tell you that my name is Severus, 64th of that name, and I'll do like a small owl little tip of my head, and I'll just tell you. I guess I'm talking to both of you guys, everybody except Oculus, who's run down the hall.
He's
I'm gonna
Oculus.
say that. Is it
Oculus
Oculus?
Rift.
Sorry. Yeah, that's what I was.
It was Octavius last time.
Octus, yeah.
Okay, this is gonna become part of my character shtick. Like he's gonna mess
He
up.
never
names
gets his
all the
name
time.
right.
Never name unless it's like a binary or a number. Like forget it. So
That's
he's,
good.
so he's gonna say, I'm gonna just say, I'm an acolyte in service to Archmagos Parcelus Thule, and I was on his Forge World fleet for many years, and I was supposed to come here in service to someone else, but I don't remember what happened soon after I landed, and here I am.
Where is here?
I don't know exactly any of those people are. All I know is you're made of metal. I think I've seen your robe somewhere, but I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Are you not familiar with the Adeptus Mechanicus in our ilk?
I mean, what do you even do?
I just look at you like, what do you mean?
Ignoring him, where was here for you in terms of where you were supposed to go?
Well,
Yeah, I guess it's a question. Yeah, like GM, like do we know what planet we're on? Like, did we
Nope.
know?
Do
Certainly
you
don't.
know where you were supposed to go?
I was supposed to go, and then he kind of holds his head and goes like, I don't know. It appears maybe my memory banks are just that part is very hazy. I must have an error in my memory banks. I do not remember. All I remember is that I was supposed to be in service to someone that a debt was owed by my master, and I was being sent somewhere, and then I woke up here. So maybe I've been a victim of a memory wipe, which is horrific.
honestly, I have no idea. I remember being promoted from the extermination squad to the home guard, which is inside the city, which is pretty swanky on Karakor. I never really seen the city besides when I was a kid, but then really nothing. Just don't remember.
Well, it appears that despite our differences in our backgrounds, or perhaps our goals are aligned. I believe that us getting out of that pit was no mere accident, that we were aided by this fellow here. Oh, and then I kind of like, there was the other fellow. I gave him the knife. He appears to have run down that hallway.
So you gave him the weapon and he just ran off?
Yes, he was emoting a lot of energy and saying something about. He made some kind of a comment. I don't know what you fleshy types. I guess I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's not fully Yeah, my character's not fully a machine yet. Even though I want him to be so bad, but I guess he would say, yeah, he said something and he ran off down the hallway in a big hurry, which is of course typical of you fleshy types.
So just for a little bit of like, you know, exposition on the hallway. The hallway leads off into like some maze and network of tunnels and hallways and gantries and just off of that way, you know, like it's very much not a close-ended like, oh, I'm gonna go around the corner and find another place. So I'll let Octus deal with that however he would deal with that if he's gonna just continue off into the deeps of wherever you are, but it very much is not a close-ended, like, oh yeah, here's the next room with an encounter, no.
Okay, I speak back to Mr. Severus. Okay, since you're so fond of giving a weapon, is there perhaps a las pistol on him?
There is only these things, and I present to him the stub revolver, and the meat hook.
I mean, I'm good. I've been basically trained with basic weapons, but I have no idea how to operate that thing. Other gun you got?
I can use it. I'm also wounded from getting bit by a dog. So if you want to take your club back...
Well, I mean, there's a hook right here, but I mean, I'll take the club and you can take the gun.
Yeah, I mean, Severus just pulled it out. You guys can decide. He doesn't really care.
Yeah, stub revolver would be a pistol SP.
Solid projectile.
Yep.
Yeah, my character doesn't know what a pistol is because he just uses last pistols.
I'm going to say it appears we have several paths and avenues open to us. One is we should attempt to find that other. We should attempt to find Oculus who ran down the hallway. Two, there seems to be something of interest with this note and who this individual is. Three, we should all find a way of getting out of here, whoever here is. That is what I cogitate. And then I say, oh, and four, let me look at your wounds. I'll say to Tib. Is it Tib or is it?
No, yeah, it is Jace.
Jace is injured.
Wounded? If you may permit me, I will look at your wounds, and then I'll just kind of, once you guys grab the things, you'll come over and start looking at your wounds, and if I can, I'd like to maybe help patch them up.
Okay, that's good.
And Severus to patch him up.
If I guess depending on what his wounds are, I would probably like tear a strip of his clothes if he's okay with that, and like, you know, do one of those like first aid things where you roll up a sleeve and cut it to make like a bandage out of it and tie it up.
Gotcha. I'll give you a Medicaid -10 for that, just because you know you don't really have any of the appropriate tools for some kind. You know, and maybe you get lucky and the strip of cloth you use is totally clean.
Okay, Medicaid. Sorry, -10. Did you say?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This works. Did it roll?
Yes,
yeah, that'd be
Oh.
At least I didn't hurt you. I think it failed by.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's not really effective. It's again, you don't really have the appropriate tools, and of course you would know that. You know, having a little bit of skill in that, just a general intelligence, you're like, yeah, no, these wounds are not something I can deal with my current available supplies. You know, but maybe if you find something you know that's actual medical supplies, you would be able to render aid.
Okay, while he does this, Tip's gonna go over. He's gonna pick up the old guy and bring him over. I'm like, and just before any of you forget, our little friend over here who has yet to die from. Don't know who he is, but he could be a native of the planet we're on.
He's passed out though, right?
Oh yeah, he's definitely passed out. I told him not to look over, but he just did. I mean, I've seen men torn in half by an orc, but that's not really a big deal from what I do every day.
Can I look at him and see if he can be revived?
Well, he's not really dead, but you could try waking him up.
Seems like he needs a reboot. Oh, I'll lay him
Well,
on
I
the ground.
mean,
Like,
usually in my guardsmen, the commissar would kick me in the nuts, but if I slept too long.
I'll look at you and say, if you say that, I'll say whatever method works.
I wouldn't do that to him. It's not fun.
Whatever you'd like to do.
You said the stub revolver had 4 shots in it?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll try to revive the guy if I can. I was just assuming it's a Medicae roll. That's
Yeah,
what I was
sure.
asking.
Go for it.
Can we move the token by the main group?
Just a straight up roll. Here we go.
Yeah. Let's just see what it does.
I use his methodology. I say, we'll try your method this way first, and I like punch him in his reproductive organs. It wakes him up. I think I got 2.7 degrees of success.
I mean, it definitely wakes him up, and he so yeah, you go and give him a swift punch to the beans and egg or beans frankenbeans. There we go. Yeah. And he, my goodness!
As he's saying this, I just basically look over him. Look, welcome back to the world of the living. You just had a Karakoran morning.
What in the world is that?
It's getting kicked in the balls, but he punched you to be a bit more kind.
I don't think this man has a single iota of medical training.
Well, I didn't recommend it. You could ask the red-robed fellow, the Mechanicus, if that's what he's called.
Severus.
Why would you do such a thing?
It appears to induce some shock in your system that it appears to be a pressure point for people that have that part of their flesh still intact.
I offer him. Sorry.
I shouldn't think so. Goodness.
I offer him a hand up.
So he'll take it and
Who are you?
roll strength. The thing I forget the ability scores in this sometime.
For what?
Is this fellowship or strength? Because I'm just
Strength.
looking up.
Yeah, strength.
Okay,
Who's rolling?
I mean, not really. Oh, success.
There you go. Yeah, he's you roll a 6, so that's quite good. He's a full-on flabby old dead weight, and you just you start to pull, and he's not giving you a pivot point with his feet, and you just grab underneath his arm and heft him up, just a very smooth, very very steady maneuver. And he thank you, son, thank you, and he pats you on the arm.
Now, where are you from? Are you from this world with this been a pit? And what is your occupation? Because I'm a guardsman, not from Karakor.
Oh no, I'm a trader by trade. Romulus Vesperi, as it were. Out of the segmentum obscurus, of course, as one might be. But no, I'm not sure what world we're on. It appears we might be in a hive of some sort.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there, my good man. On Karakor, we hardly see any traders, but you, myself, to me, would be a celebrity, because I'm honestly very interested in the outside galaxy. I have no idea what the Septeptus Securus is, but that sounds awesome.
Yes, do any of you have any idea where we are at this
Not
point?
a clue.
A sacrificial flesh pet? My mom told me about this. I didn't think she was actually not joking about it.
I mean-
Yes, that does make sense.
As for where we are specifically, not a clue.
I think we'll just have to find out through this corridor, and hopefully we don't get maimed by a pack of orcs. It's because you were wondering, look at me strangely, that's because in my homeworld, orcs kind of sometimes pop out of the walls. Insulation goes bad sometimes.
Yeah.
So we all know each other now, except for Octolus, who's not here, right? Is that? We haven't. I thought. Oh, and who might you be then?
Again, my name is Romulus Vesperi.
Not you, Flabby. What did you record? Not you.
Romulus Vesperi, as it were.
Yes,
Yeah.
Flabby deadweight. Flabby old deadweight. I meant the other
I'll
one.
have you know that I'm very important where I come from.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I feel so honored right now. On Karakor, all I did was burn fields of spore.
Okay.
I'm looking at
Like-
it.
would like to
You can roll. Oh, what's this version of insight? It's
Is this fellowship?
No, scrutiny. It's perception based.
Okay, I'll roll that because Tib is a dumb.
Maybe it is. No, it's inquiry. I'm sorry. It is fellowship based. I'm sorry.
Inquiry. Oh yeah, I'm definitely skilled in inquiry.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Also,
37 and I'm an idiot. Wait, hold on. Yeah, 5.8.
Yeah. So 39, 95. Both of you. He seems fairly important. Obviously for Tib, he is definitely very important. Jace, he just seems, I guess he could be important.
I'm just blown away.
You have no reason to refute that assertion.
Okay, now let's walk out and get our bearings.
No
Jace, you get the gun, and I believe I'll take that club of yours, and I'll take point. Oh, I think I'll stay in the back while you have the gun.
So yeah, did Jace introduce themselves? Like, do we know? Did you talk about yourself already, or?
no, I have not. All that comes as something that's important information to know is that I am Jace. Like where I'm from doesn't really matter, as we don't know where we're at.
Well, you're Armageddon. I remember you telling me that.
Yes, I had to tell you multiple times.
Well, why do you say it's not important? I mean, I hold my homeworld with high esteem. I love my planet. Especially the orc part, when sometimes it comes out of your walls, gives you something fun to do in the afternoon.
Alright, Jace is going to start walking down the corridor.
Okay, I'll just
Jason's
follow
like,
along.
yeah, this isn't any worse than Armageddon, so I'm good here. Flesh monsters, orcs, what's it, So it's like I said, Thursday.
Yeah. One question I do have for that Severus would have for both the others is, he would say that I'm very skilled in. Perhaps we should just talk. Perhaps I should just we should tell each other what we are good at, so we could pool our skills together. I'm very good with technology, and the will of the Omnissiah is something that comes. I am his vessel. I can understand the things that we interact with. But I'm not very good in and then he kind of make kind of a disgusted kind of look and says, in the martial base ways of combat, however.
That's fair. Tib isn't too good, but Tib is more familiar with chainsaws, demolitions, flamers, and I know how to drive.
Good.
Also I know a little bit of High Gothic.
And you're dressed as a guardsman too, right?
Well, no, I'm dressed in rags.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all dressed in rags, but 2 guardsmen. Jason's also a guardsman.
I know my skill seems odd, but I do a lot of stuff.
I'm good with a gun. I can drive. I know my way around some hive tech. And I can pilot if we desperately need me to pilot.
Well, I'm a decent navigator, I was told.
Romulus just butts in at this. I am Romulus Vespelli, trader extraordinaire, and I can tell you that I know my way around a blade or a pistol if need be. Of course. I'm also very, very important. Yes.
You want a flesh hook?
Absolutely not. Ugh, look at that. Just absolutely.
Do you see any other way to defend yourself?
But Romulus, we're naked.
I am, of course, always equipped with my 2 most important weapons, Wrath and Fury. Yes.
Okay, where are they?
Fair enough. Ignore him. He's a bit slow.
Perhaps we should find Perhaps you should find Oculus. I say.
What is Wrath and Fury? Is it like 2 big knives?
No, it doesn't matter.
That might be chap.
Well, what did he say?
Much more dangerous than that, my good chap.
That's good to hear.
If they fail, I can also give them a little bit of pit and vinegar. Yes,
You gonna piss on them?
I could. Yes, indeed.
Damn, you're very like a wild one.
Well, when you've been around as I have, son, you learn a thing or 2 about keeping your own in a fight.
Oh, that's awesome, impressive. Yeah, let's
So
get a
continue
move on.
down the hall.
Severus, since you were quite useful at telling us all about those dogs, why don't you hang in back while Jace there takes point with his gun.
I feel like you should take point, Tib. Well, we're in
I'm-
great hands as
I'm
I pat
carrying
you on
one.
the back.
I'm carrying Romulus. He's a traitor. He'd be probably a good negotiator. I gotta carry that guy. And plus, you're the only one knowledgeable with that weapon. I have no idea how to use it.
Okay. I guess we're going forward with me in front.
All right.
I'm right behind you with the club.
That seems to be a sound plan. One last thing before we go is the you said that the corpse was nailed or stabbed and kind of nailed to the machine. Oh,
No,
okay.
the note was stuck to the picked viewer. It was pinned to the picked viewer with the knife.
And the pick viewer was destroyed because of that.
Oh yeah, I inserted a big knife into it.
Okay, he takes the scraps.
I'm gonna do the ritual. I'm gonna give it a blessing, quiet blessing, and you guys would probably hear like this kind of like humming chatter. I talk in binary, and I try to give the machine spirit some closure.
Tips is just confused by seeing this, and he tries to mimic along, trying to be respectful.
Give me a tech use roll. Why not? Right? Who doesn't like to roll dice?
Who doesn't like, yeah, with only a 50-50 chance. Here we go. Oh, I got a success. A 43.
There you go for it. Yeah. So you're doing this, and you place your hand on it, and just like wipe the screen, and the sparks that are coming out the side, you know, they slowly fizzle, and the light inside of it fully goes out, and appears to be Malio dead.
Oh, that's...
But at least wholly dead, and it's no longer suffering.
Oh, that is freaking cool, man. I say praise the Omnissiah, and then we walk, I guess, or...
Okay, so Octus, what are you doing during this time in your almost dead, fatigued state?
Yes, I'd like to clarify my wounds. On my sheet it says -1. What did I have?
Yes, you're at one crit. You're at one crit, and basically until you get any more damage you're going to take is going to be critical damage until you can be healed, which gets problematic. You can also be healed out, by other means. But for the most part, you are close to dead. Usually crits kill you around the 6s for most things.
Okay, so
You still have like 5 hit points left for the most part.
So not dead yet.
Yeah.
okay, well, I got my little makeshift bone knife, right?
Oh no, it's a very nice knife. It's the best
nice
craftsmanship mono knife.
Yeah.
So it's a +10 to weapon skill to use it, and mono gives it 2 pin, as well as making it no longer primitive, so it doesn't count double against armor, or armor doesn't count double against it.
So it's
Yeah, mine means it's super sharp.
+10 to
Right,
hit.
as a
Okay,
mono.
great.
Yeah, it has a monomolecular blade. The blade is like
Yeah.
1 molecule thick.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Okay, so I'm running. Like I just told these guys, screw you guys. I'm leaving. I'm running down the hall. I'm bleeding. Got bite wounds all over my body. Blood falling to the ground. What do I see as I run down this hall?
So down the hall, you go for a decent ways, and it just appears to kind of go into this maze of corridors and gantries, stairwells, tunnels, and you would have to go quite a ways before you would actually reach anything else of note. So it's one of those, like, you would run down the hallway and you would be running a good 200-300 yards before it would even just continue to be the exact same thing. So we're talking, how far would you continue? How long would you run before you stopped running?
Okay, say I run maybe 100 meters or so. And
Okay, yeah, that's just down the corridor a normal amount. You would not have reached the next place yet, because again, this is like you're starting to take in. This is like
I'm
Oh man, this is a really big area.
yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, I'm like wounded. I'm like, where am I gonna go? I'm hurt.
And
I got friends
yeah, so
back
you
there.
being from a hive world, you
Not
would
really
have
friends.
some feeling at this point that this kind of feels like a hive. Like it kind of feels like you're in a hive. There's so much construction that just again being from a hive world, you would go, this couldn't be anything else. Like nothing else in the Imperium would be this massive at this point. I mean, otherwise the structure is some kind of very odd thing if you're not in a hive, right?
Okay, I'm gonna sit down in the hallway, look around. I don't see any enemies, so I'm gonna try to bandage my wounds with my cloak here as
Yeah,
much as I can.
Like I said, you can give me a Medicaid test at -10. And owing to the fact that this is crit damage, without specialized equipment like a medical kit or a surgical kit or something, you can't get rid of the crit, but you might be able to get like a hit point or two back.
Okay. I don't see any medical aid roll.
Medicaid. Sorry.
It's also an advanced skill.
It's an
It is an
advanced skill.
advanced skill, so you may not even know how to do it.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do it. Can I do it like just an amateur, like doesn't have the skill? Can I do it?
Nope.
No.
Advanced skills, you have to be trained in how to do it. So
Basic
no.
skills are the ones that you can do without the.
But in the case of like the one, he could just like maybe like a -20 or something, because it's kind of like self-care and it's like basic wounding or something.
Well, it just comes down to, again, this being the grim darkness of the far future where nobody gets trained in anything unless they need to be trained in things. You might just have absolutely no idea why or how to properly care for yourself in the event that you were injured outside of like a minor boo-boo. But remember, all the hits you take in this are going to be armor past your armor and past your toughness bonus, so they're going to be decent like slashes and cuts.
So I realize this fact. Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
Like it seems it seems very much just beyond you're just looking at yourself like, I am not in good shape.
Your humors are out of balance or something. That's probably what you're saying.
And he could think that. He could just be like, I need some more black,
I need some more phlegm.
I
Yeah.
need to drink some more Kool-Aid.
Okay, at 100 meters down the hall, I just sit down and I just try to cover up my wounds as best I can, and I just try to catch my breath and just try to make sense of what's going on and where I've been and where am I. And I'm just gonna pause and rest for moments.
Okay, and then if you want to give me like if you have a common lore skill, which you may not, because nobody takes those, even though they're very fun, or you can just give me a straight intelligence check would be fine as well.
Okay, I'll do that. That I could do.
Just to try to as your blood like starts to slow down a little bit as you get your feet underneath you and sit. That's like I said, I'll give you a +10 because you're just sitting there and like taking in your surroundings. Again, you very much realize that okay, at some point I was captured, at some point I was thrown into this blood pit for some kind of sport, and we've escaped, and we're on some kind of hive or very large, like again, structure of some sort. And based on your previous past experience, being from a hive, you would assume that that's where you are. And you would know that this could be some kind of like, miles giant structure in every direction. You could go for miles and not see the sun, depending on if you ended up in the middle of it, if you're underground, if you're above ground. It would be almost impossible to tell without eventually reaching some exit point of this, which could be like a day's journey somewhere else. Or it could be right around the corner. You can't know in a hive.
Yeah. With the realization of this fact, I'm like, and just pass out halfway and rest.
So only a minute or two go by before you hear a group coming down the corridor, and you look up and you see it's the faces you saw from the pit. They got out, as well as an older gentleman with a balding pate and kind of a portly man.
And Tib just says,
along with them.
does Tib see him?
Yeah. I mean, unless you're, probably see him if you went and tried to like find a little shadowy corner. Y'all can fight over if you see each other or not.
Okay, Ted just points out, hey Jace, look, there's the governor, kill him. Shoot him.
No.
Jace,
No.
why not? He abandoned us and he took the knife and he talked all about killing a governor.
We also don't know if it was by the Imperium to kill. You don't know the story.
Wait, we know the story. He brags about killing an imperial governor. He's obviously a traitor.
But I'm not dealing with this.
Okay, I guess I'll bash his brains in. Hey, Romulus, can you hold on a second? I'm gonna kill the traitor for a second.
Jace is going to stop you.
Oh, come on, Jace. We did well in the pit. Why stop me now?
Yeah,
You have a opposed weapon skill if you'd like to get into a tussle.
I'm not getting in a tussle with Jace. I'm gonna have like an argument. Come on, Jace. We know traitors can't live. They stab us in the back and won't stand with their fellow guardsmen.
It's pretty heretical of you just throwing out trading.
What
You
do
don't
throwing
know.
a traitor?
You don't know if he's a traitor.
He bragged about killing an imperial governor, one of our bosses, one of the lords appointed by the God Emperor of mankind. How could we allow such a man to live when he'll probably stab us in the...
Where I'm from, commissars brag a lot about shooting other guardsmen, so this is pretty normal.
Where I'm from, a commissar just blows your brains up for a mine.
Exactly. Exactly. We're getting there.
Okay, then what's the point of defending a traitor?
This was it might have been his job. You don't know. I don't care to find out, so I'm not dealing with it.
Okay, so we just leave him
You
to
could
die in his
always
own?
ask him. You could always ask him. It is available to you.
Severus, you're the tiebreaker here. Should we kill him or should we just leave him to die?
I do not think either of those is a viable option. I cogitate we speak to the man.
Do we kill him or do we leave him to die?
He appears to be wounded. I do not think that he fled. I do not think that he fled in fear from our predicament. I think he left us because he was angry and wanted to enact vengeance on whoever did this to us.
Also, you want to shoot.
My good man.
Plus, Tib, if you want to shoot somebody for being fearful, remember, I have the gun now, and you didn't want to fight the dog.
I was trying to find a way out. There was a horde of them, usually on Carousel. When you face a horde of orcs, you just gotta run the other way.
You didn't fight the dog.
Well, no, I fight it after you took the gun.
You showed cowardice.
Okay, first of all, we're all naked. I did not have my sacredly blessed las gun, so I'm pretty naked at that time.
Retreating in the face of the enemy. I've never done such a thing. I haven't known fear in my life. No.
See, he gets it.
I remember all of you running around when the dog first showed up, and I was just standing around just looking unfazed by it. I remember Severus kind of stood there, you ran away, the assassin kind of ran away too, and I just kind of stood there.
I say we see the measure of the man. Let's at least give him a chance to give us his case.
You know what? I'm gonna trust Romulus on this. He seems like a pretty wise fella on this. If you guys are saying so, I'm gonna give the guy a chance.
We all pause and look at you. Look at Octolus. Is he awake? Are you awake? Are you conscious?
I'm half awake. I'm like drifting in and out.
I'm gonna kick you more awake. Like
I'm gonna walk over to him and say, Omnicide, give me patience to deal with these chattering fools, and I'm gonna try to inspect this fellow. I think he told me his name, right? I think he told me. I'm pretty sure.
He did tell you his name.
I'm gonna say.
I just yell over, give him a caracoring warning.
I'm gonna say, Oculus, let me see to your wounds. Perhaps we can get you back on your feet. You can tell us what you found, and then I'll start. I'd like to inspect him, see if I can heal him up, patch him up.
Same. Like I said, Medicaid minus 10.
I'm like, Oculus.
I got a success.
Hey, there you go.
Hey.
Something about just the way he's been injured. You're like, yeah, I can do some of these things, and you do. Just like he was trying to do before, you tear off a bit of his cloak, without any preamble or apology. You just do it. You're like, yeah, I need this, and just rip it off.
Is he critted?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's definitely crit, but you do manage to heal one regular wound.
Point, right? Yeah.
So he's still at 1 crit, but he now has 1 hit point.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, 1 point. Nice.
I just keep yelling. I just keep just whispering over, like, give him a Karakorin good morning.
I'm busy like doing it, so if
No,
you
I'm
guys
like-
want to talk to him while I'm doing it.
Well,
I
I'm
would
first.
say
I'm,
just take a few
I'm
minutes.
first, like, kind of annoyed at you. Oculus. Sounds like some cherry tart. My name is Octus. You keep mispronouncing my name.
His name is Cherry Tot.
I can say my
Jason-
apologies.
Jason in this time frame is going to nudge Tib and then like hand sign or whatever it is, like hand signal to
Is it
watch,
Warcant?
watch one hallway while they're having this discussion, just in case we get attacked by more things.
That's a Warcant roll. I know Warcant as well, so I guess that's a roll on both our ends.
Now, if you both know the language, you can just speak it to each other. The roles for language would usually be to interpret something that's like a very, very fast like message or something that you see someone else do in passing. But like in a general, like if you speak it and someone speaks to you in a clear, open like comms or like just to you, you just understand it.
I just nod and receive it. I keep holding where Romulus and I look down one hall, keeping a look.
And he
gonna-
kind of like sees this and just pats you on the back. Yes, absolutely perfect idea that.
Thank you, Romulus.
I'm gonna say my apologies. Octulus. No, was it? Was it Octulus?
Octus.
Ask him
Okay,
if
man.
he's
I'm
a
embracing
heretic.
it. I'm gonna embrace
Just-
Can't
this.
help it.
One
Yeah.
syllable. One
The player-
syllable.
The player can't help it. The character can't help it either. I'm gonna apologize, and I'm gonna say my apologies. You know, it is difficult sometimes to remember the names of you fleshy folk.
I
If you were
know.
to give me a binary number,
Yeah,
I
you're-
could probably remember that.
You guys think you're so smart and all, and you can't remember a simple name.
Okay, that's one thing insulting.
I think it's more so he doesn't care.
So, when you were critted, was it like on a limb or something like that, or was it?
I think it was
just-
his face. I remember his face got torn.
I can't recall what good odds are it was the body, but either way, it was only one fatigue, because head would have been, I think, blinded for a round or two, so I think it was the body, if I recall correctly.
I kind of yell over. Ask him if he's a traitor.
That fellow wishes to know if you were a traitor.
Traitor? Traitor to who? It depends.
The
Who?
Imperium? The
Is he serious?
Imperium?
I am no traitor to the
Well,
Imperium.
nice talk.
I am a neutral. But if I had a choice, of course I'd fight for the Imperium.
Okay, Tid may be slow, but even Tid knows there is no neutral in whatever the Imperials wars.
I mean neutral in the fact that I like to stay out of things and mind my own business.
Neutral to the commissar told me was a bullet to the back of the head.
Maybe it works differently for what his line of work.
Well, I am just a
This
civilian.
word sounds cowardly. Yeah, I don't know. Civilian that apparently brags about killing a governor.
I wouldn't label him a civilian.
Well, definitely
he's
not.
He's not enlisted, so he could be a civilian from y'all's perspective.
True.
I think you.
We're getting deep into the politics, and we could make a whole episode just about the interrelations and interpolitics between all the divisions. So
Yeah, that'd take forever.
he's not in the guard. How about that?
Yeah. And I might add, you people do not realize the predicament you are in. Do you realize that we're deep inside a hive city?
Well, I know, but I just told recently what a hive city is, and I kind of don't really mind. I just want to leave and just go home to Karakor.
Well, you're not
This
going to
is
get
fun.
home without my guidance because Hive City is where I'm from. I know my
Oh,
way
that's
around
also a
any Hive City.
coincidence. I'm also from a hive city.
And I point to Jay's like, see, he's from a hive city, but he's a cool guy.
Yes, but loyal scum like you would follow all the laws and orders. You would know all the underground secrets, like I do.
Okay, you're laying on the ground injured, and I have a club. Speak your words carefully,
Well,
and do not call Romulus a fool. He's a very important man.
I'm sorry to disrespect him.
I'm going to interrupt and I'm going to say it appears that we are arguing unnecessarily here, gentlemen. I say with a great emphasis on the word. I'm going to say it is to be understandable as the sayings of the Princeps 65.4. When thou desirous to discourse purely, use binary. Since none of you are using binary, there is going to be miscommunications here. The fact of the matter remains that our goals are all aligned. We must all get out of here. The equation is balanced. We should all work together to get ourselves out of this predicament.
I agree, Severus, and I obviously have to be a part of that equation.
You are, whether you like to or not. We're all part of this equation.
Okay, that's very nice, Severus. I appreciate your clarity. Okay, now let's pick him up and go forward.
I will say it's not as clear. The clarity is not as quite as to the level it would be if it had been spoken in binary. But this will do. At least it is the language that we all understand.
I like when they learn this
Octus-
binary.
Octus, can you walk? Do you need help walking?
I think I can walk. I think it's a little painful, but I feel much better after Severus healed me a little bit.
Yeah, I'll put my arm out and help him up. And at this point, I mean, everybody can see that I'm about half my body is all metallic. It's all bionics and that kind of thing. Oh, and I've got a mechadendrite hanging off the back of my over my shoulder, but it's kind of limp. But yeah, I'll help him up.
Well, thank you,
Right,
Severus.
my mechadendrite's disabled or something. You said, right, GM?
Yes, they have. It has been disabled by whoever kidnapped you,
Okay.
and you would need some form of like tool to properly re-enable it.
Okay. Let us keep going. Which way should we go? Perhaps we should cogitate a bit. And I start looking around. Like, oh, we're in a tunnel. You said, or are we in a large open area right now? I don't even remember what you.
It's a hallway.
This is more like a kind of tunnel hallway, a la like a metro hallway, or just any interior hallway with no windows. And you came through some other places that had some gantries, and going forward, of course, you'll see more tunnel and then more gantries and ladders, and just this massive network of general interior space that seems to have been kind of cobbled together over the eons.
Oh, Tip has the. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Tip has a navigation skill. Can that help in navigating these hallways?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. And if you have navigate, I don't know if there's navigate interior. I know there's navigate surface.
I have a +10 to my navigating. That's an intel skill.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should just be able to click the boxes under the roll.
And Tip fails.
Let's see, surface. Yeah, navigate surface. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. So. Nope. Yeah. As far as you can tell, it's a giant maze. Tib, being from an Imperial world, but it sounds the way you're reading him sounds a little more Pharaoh world. Is just really outside of his element. In this large of a interior, a hive.
Tip forgot to mention, I'm mostly from a mountainous, arid planet, so I'm more used to wide fields, so I guess I'm not really much of a help in navigating tight halls.
In like normal cities, like this one is just such a labyrinth. It's not really within your experience.
So, does anyone have any good navigation skills? Because I only know how to.
Of course, you do not know how to navigate this large hive city, Tib. I will show you. I'd like to make an awareness roll. I would like a bonus for Hive City if I can.
Yeah, navigate is intelligence, but I would let you try to roll intelligence with a +10, as if you actually had the skill to get into the hive, and you're trying to just go, well, this seems like a good way to go or a bad way to go. I feel enough draft that I've felt before, or a rush of hot air where it's like, oh no, we don't want to go that way. As well as Jace, you can do the same.
Can I sit? Would it be better for me to assist him? Or would it be better for me to roll independent?
Well, an assist would work, so at this point, we would just say you assisted him.
Well, I got 48, and I needed a 43.
Right, so assist would give I got fruit flies in my house. It's so annoying. But yeah, so assist would give you another 10, which would give you you'd need a 53, right? And you roll a 48, which would work, so that's great. So yeah, again, the two of you both kind of like, move forward at a more cautious pace now, and you're really looking around your environment and reaching into just your experience in a hive of the heat sumps and the coolant pumps and the different air exchangers, water handling units, sewage handling units, like everything you've experienced in a hive before, that's all crammed and packed into mile upon mile of these interior structures and built upon built edifices and buildings, where you're like, no, we shouldn't go this way, and you're both kind of stopping each other and going, no, like, listen. And so slowly you make your way through, and you come out.
This is cool. I think Severus would be impressed. He's watching the two of you, and he's like, ooh.
Tibbs, I'm thinking, what a dirty place. Gee, like by the throne, this is just plain up disgusting.
Can't shut your mouth. Nobody asked for your.
But he won't tell anybody.
So you pronounce
He's
you pronounce it Severus, not. Or
Yes, that is my name.
you pronounce it Severus, just like that.
Yeah. Is that the character asking, or is that player asking?
Character.
Yeah, I would say yes. It is Severus or Severus.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Severus or Severus.
Let's go with Severus. Severus, 64th of that name, but you may call me Severus.
I'm gonna nickname you Sev.
Yes, there were 64 of my name before me on Thul's Forge fleet. I have the great honor of being the 64th, a very fortunate, fortuitous number.
I have no idea who this tool is, but it must have been a mighty fleet.
It was giant. It hasn't been seen for... It is now in the system. I think it's in the system now, but it leaves for decades at a time sometimes and travels out into the unknown reaches.
All right, okay.
Wrong.
Everybody moved and exist in the new place. Tiny metal box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see some
Okay,
bad things.
great.
Yeah, assuming this is like the kind of chit chat that we're doing as we're walking along,
Yes.
getting to know each other a little bit.
So after taking a series of metal staircases and access tunnels, you reach the base of a wide upward shaft, where several gantries have crashed down from above and are tangled precariously together. And you see off in the distance, you see two what look like kind of dog-like creatures that appear to be kind of munching on a dead body.
I kind of whisper over to Jason, like, I see breakfast.
I'm not eating anything that's down here.
Well, what are you talking about? I have meat's a luxury to me, honestly. I hardly see any Kirkors. Usually these like moldy bars we eat.
I want to move quietly around the
If we can. I mean, if you eat breakfast, I'll skip it for you, man.
You're welcome to go charging at them. I'm just not doing it first.
If I had armor on, I'd beat it to death. But I really don't. I take my chances by sneaking around.
If you'd like to do like an awareness roll, you could try to inspect the body they're munching on from farther away. But anybody can make this roll.
Okay.
So we should all roll.
Again, in lending to a D100 system, it's a little bit unforgiving.
Yeah. Sure.
Unfazed. Does not care about the dead body.
Awareness. Look at this. Look at this stat.
Tip is the best perception.
There you go.
I don't have any points in it. It's like halved.
Octus, would you like to take a stare at the body?
Sure, why not?
Does Romulus take a look?
No.
Romulus is like, that's that poor fellow. I'd hate to join him. Yeah. Let's see. So, everybody did pretty poorly. I would say, Tib, you could see fairly plainly from just the way he's dressed that he appears to be wearing some armor.
Oh, can I look to see? Can I do another awareness roll to see he has a weapon on him?
No, he might. There could be one piled over there, but like with the dogs kind of milling around and everything, you can't. All you can really see is that he's got some like armor plating on that they're having to munch around, but you can't. Like I said, with the all 8 legs that are flopping around and the corpse they're kind of whirring into with just wet meaty noises. You can't see anything else.
Since Severus has a bestiary guide in his head, can he make a roll to identify the creatures?
Sure. Yeah, if you have common lore beasts or scholastic lore beasts, absolutely.
Me? No, I don't have that.
But you identified the monsters from before.
They were never identified. He figured out that they were blind.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
that was it.
That's correct. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
can I do something similar with these guys, or do they?
I don't think they're doing anything like out of the ordinary other than munching on the corpse right now.
Like,
So
how big are they?
They just look like dogs then, like
Regular
No.
dog size, they're not particularly intimidating other than like, a dog, like a pit bull or a Rottweiler that's like, 80-pound dog or so would be fairly intimidating.
Do we collectively want to fight them?
Well, the guy has armor, and armor would be a benefit to the melee guy, which is me currently, or Octavius. That guy's getting caught in his like throat here. I'm like, leave
I
it for
don't-
him since
I
he's
don't.
an assassin or something.
I don't wear heavy armor. That slows me down and makes me loud.
We don't know what type of armor it is.
Well, it
We
looks
just
like
have armor.
well, it could be good armor. I mean, I would love to have some armor. And you
Can
have a gun?
Jace preemptively aim?
Absolutely.
Wait, he can totally have full action to aim to make it better. Isn't
That's
pretty
correct.
good ballistic? Can I help him steady his aim?
I
No,
don't need. I don't
Not
need
in any way,
your
shape, or
help.
form.
Like a tripod. I'm like a human tripod with my hands
No.
up my head.
Still no. Definitely not.
Dang it.
Okay.
I love the enthusiasm. No.
It just
Not
sounds
how that-
helpful.
Alright.
So I'm guessing
So
we're like
while you guys get in position, I'll be here, and Jace aims his gun.
can we move our tokens so we can
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Can
that-
you move your tokens?
kind of reset the restrictions?
Love it.
Who was the person with the hand weapons? They should be in the front, I would imagine.
I have the club and I'm full health, so that'll be me.
I have a knife, but I am no shape to go in for an attack. If somebody else would like
You'll
to,
stay behind me.
I can give somebody my knife.
You'll stay behind me because that's a sophisticated knife and only you can use it.
Really? Only I could use it?
Yeah, apparently it's like a weapon class thing.
Okay.
Which class
Is
is
the
that?
I think it's a just basic weapon.
I think I have, or primitive weapon, isn't it?
No, it's basic now.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it'd be primitive. Excuse me. Yeah.
Oh, it's primitive?
So, well, it is. It's monos, but it still uses the basic skill.
So yeah, you should be able to just stab that pit.
Okay, then guess I'll take the knife.
Well, I'd feel yeah, take the knife because I don't want to take a chance in getting wounded again. I'm sorry. I'm pretty in pain right now.
I was gonna say, like, as a regular though, like, I'm pretty sure assassin class definitely gets weapon skill like basic or whatever it is, melee weapon basic or basic weapon training.
Melee training primitive, or I don't know. That's what
whatever the skill it's specifically is.
I mean,
wait, these corridors are like an open hall. Like, are these corridors like an open area?
This is like an open area. There's only so many battle maps available for futuristic setting.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is just the area like in the center here, like all this area is kind of just this big pile of crashed down gantries from, you know, way up. Like if you look up, you can see just until it kind of goes into this cloud bank that obscures the you know, way far above. So who knows how high up it is, but it's high up enough to where like clouds are forming inside this shaft.
Okay, since I have the knife now, like, does that have the same reach as the club?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I give back
Yeah, it's just melee.
Jace the club, in case he runs out of ammo, and you know, just do that bullet roll.
Why don't you two guys go up front then? Or
No, I'm in front. Jace is like behind me. Like,
I have no weapon, right? So
you probably have a meat hook at this point, which is like just a
Do you want the club?
I would take either the meat hook, or the club. Doesn't matter. They're both pretty depressingly embarrassing to be holding.
Well, you have a hook. You have a pre-modified hand. We can cut it off and give you a real hook to make it truly modified.
Get into the stump. Okay, cool, but...
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the meat hook then.
Don't forget, Stream of Pirate Borg is coming up.
Yeah, it's thematic.
In the front line, Severus.
I do have a question, GM. Is my potentia coil active? Like, am I able to use my abilities?
No, any kind of implants or other implant-based abilities are currently disabled. Mechadendrites, potentia coils, lumen pulse blasts, all that fun stuff. It's been kind of like they went in and tinkered a little bit, and until you can go in and undo the tinkering, it's currently not functional.
That's low, man. It's just low. All right.
Low power, yeah. It's low energy. It's very low energy tech priest right now.
Okay, Jace, it's your time for the shot.
You guys should aim full aim. It's like plus 20.
Yeah,
You did.
That's what while we're figuring out what you guys are doing, I'm just preemptively.
Oh yeah, Octus, you may. You want to step back?
Sub revolver range is probably not very far.
Yeah, that's why I kind of assumed we would like set up like right here.
Okay, then I'll join him as his front guard.
Oh, it's only wide enough for one person at a time?
Well, no, we can go in.
It's a pistol. I can't shoot it very far.
Okay, so you got a pistol, and
Sub revolver range is
that's
30
Jace.
meters.
And Tip has the
standard range. So you can shoot up to double, I want to say, for long range, and then 3 times for extreme range, with long range being minus something to hit. I'll look that up while you guys figure out what you want to do. It's either minus 10 or minus 20, and then extreme's worse than that.
Oh, Severus, you should be standing beside me so we can both outnumber them. Or so they can't outnumber me.
Like there?
Well, no, we're a little bit upwards, like one more square.
Oh, that's you there.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we'll be protecting Romulus, the esteemed traitor.
Yeah, long range is minus 10.
So the distance that I'm at.
Extreme range is minus 30.
Keep in mind.
So I want to shoot that dot. So it's
Okay,
within
so
the.
you're minus 10. And then if you're aiming, would give you a plus 20, so you'd be a plus 10.
You should get a little bit closer.
So, range.
Or do you want to like set up like an Overwatch and like wait for them to come to us?
If I feel if we get closer, they're gonna see us.
Or we can just knock on a door or something, like lure them toward us so you have a better shot of shooting one of them. Your call, or just make the shot as is.
I'm going to be going into a defensive action, I think. Just
Same here.
I missed the first shot.
Blam.
3 bullets.
The minus 10 hurts.
Yeah, so you pull up your stub revolver and you kind of lean it up against the rail and just get it as lined up as you can, and you the shot kind of roaring out in this space, echoing around, and you watch this big heavy bullet just kind of spiral towards the creature, which pulls back like on a bite on the body, and then just the bullet wetly slaps into the corpse that it's taking a bite on, and it stops and like looks around for a second. It's like kind of searching for a target. So from there, everybody can roll.
Wait, can I make like an intimidation roll to see after that bullet goes off? I like slam my club on the ground, scare them off.
Yeah, I'll give you a plus 10 for that. Go ahead.
Since Tid
Actually,
is.
sorry, plus 20. I'll give you a plus 20 on that.
Ooh, Tid coming with a save, try to avoid combat.
Avoid combat.
No, you're helping with this. We are going. And Tid with the plus 20, well, that would be 2 degrees of success because I did not add the modifier to that.
Okay, well, and you rolled your exact skill anyway, so isn't that just perfect? Yeah, so the shot slams into the corpse, which twitches a little bit, and then you just roar and slam your club, having plenty of practice from earlier at the pit, and the 2 dogs just look up and are completely scared, and they just run off. They're gone.
Yeah. I put my hand up like, way to go, man. It was a perfectly well aimed shot.
Hold on. You cut out for me? Are you trying to high five, Jace?
Oh yeah, no. Tib basically raises his hand, looks at Tib like, great shot, perfectly well aimed.
Yeah, no, teach high fives. Slightly unfazed.
Yeah, Severs is going to be like, his shot appeared to have not hit, and he just stops talking.
And Tib's like, we scared them up. Tib cautiously walks up and just looks around just cautiously.
Perfectly executed, my good man. Yes, that was just quite delightful. All the training you received is clearly put to good use. Oh, wonderful.
Well, no, that was just me mimicking your orc. It's big and scary, especially when you're taking a shit and they just barge on in and tear you to pieces and just use your teeth for a necklace.
Tip, get the art. Nobody cares.
Well, you kind of make me sad. But okay, I'll just grab the armor. Okay, I guess make a roll for that.
No, I mean he just has carapace armor.
Ooh,
Just give me
nice.
1 second to remember. Better look up the stats real quick. Let's see. So it's carapace armor. I'm just gonna say it's some
Like a standard guardsman armor?
yeah, standard guardsman armor. So it's 5 to the body, arms, and legs, which is pretty good actually.
Okay, Tib has found some carapace armor. Since I'm melee, it'd be more useful on me, unless any of you have anything else to say about that. If anyone else wants it.
What is the armor rating on it, just out of curiosity?
5.
It's 5 to
Nice.
the body, the legs, and the arms. So it's quite good.
Oh, it's enforcer like carapace?
Well, you'll be using the gun, and I will be using
Yeah,
the melee.
that's fine. That makes sense.
Tip puts on the carapace armor with joy, no longer feeling naked, and big smile on his face is like, yeah.
Oh, well, are you sure I shouldn't take that? Well, owing to my import, I would absolutely hate to be wounded at all. The longer I'm kept alive, of course, the more wealth we will all achieve, yes.
Don't worry, Romulus. I'll be right there to protect you, brother.
Well, alright then, I suppose. If that's what you want to do.
Okay, I guess we just see. Is there anything else on the guy?
Oh, okay, yeah. If you're gonna rummage around, you also find a loaded and functional las pistol with the one inserted clip.
I just take it up. I'm like, my goodness, isn't this going to be the exact weapon I prefer in battle? And I'm trained with the last pistol. Oh, I just remember using this. It's fun.
How fully charged is it, babe?
Well, I'm not really good at reading ammo readings, but let me look. How much is in it?
It's full. It's totally full. It's almost like the guy fell from above or something like that. Like when one of the gantries broke and he was fully equipped, hadn't forgotten to fight or anything. He just fell from above and died from the fall, and then was just being munched on by the dogs who had no interest in the last pistol whatsoever. So it's got 30 rounds. It's 1d10 plus 2 energy, no pen, and it is reliable, which gives you a little bit bonus on the if it jams or not. In addition to that, you also find a somewhat corroded looking hand bomb attached to his belt. It's like a stick bomb with some corrosion on it, and that would be a frag grenade with the unstable quality.
Do I notice it's unstable?
Well, it's corroded, so you would know, and what that does is it's a thrown weapon. Your range is going to be your strength bonus times 3 for your standard range. The damage is 2d10 explosive, no pen, blast 4, and then the unstable. You roll a dice, and depending on what kind of dice you roll, it could do very little damage or like double damage. So.
Tip's looking down at us. This looks a bit too corroded. We should just leave it there.
But no, it's really just makes it more or less swingy. There's no like, it's not gonna just go off on its own.
On Karakor, a corroded grenade is a no good grenade. We usually throw those out in the garbage bin, ready to blow up.
If you're gonna pass it up, just hand it over.
Okay, but I'm not touching it. In Karakor, those things are long. Remember my grandfather blew up on holding one of those.
So it's almost 11, so I think it's a good time to take like a 5-minute break. Everybody's good with that?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, sure.
Then when we come back, we'll resolve where we're at, and then continue as we like, right?
Okay.
Oof, that was like completely on this recommendation roll. Tib is trying to try that navigation skill again. See if he can find his way out this time with the group.
Go for it.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
Tib is very much not in his element.
It's a good thing we have the 2 hive worlders.
As a matter of fact, you tried to make us go back down the tunnel.
No, I just looked down the back. I like doubling back. You can never know when an orc pops out.
Shall we continue?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Onward? No, my character says that. Not me.
You betcha. I looked at Octus like real quickly. I'm like, you want to carry this corpse as well with the dog you did before?
You crazy? I can't carry nothing.
What do you mean? In the pet, you carry the dog.
I'm injured, man. I can't. I'm too weak to carry anything. You carry it.
I'm just asking if you want to. You seem like a type to like it.
Leave.
I'm just
The corpse
asking.
does nothing. The corpse does nothing for us. We're moving forward.
I'm just asking Optics. You just seem to like it.
I just want to get the hell out of here, man. As quickly as possible.
Okay.
I'm
Severus.
starting to think this is some kind of game that we're in, or some kind of challenge.
That was the pit.
Oh my god, this is a game. Oh, how many people are we gonna kill?
That was the only part of that was the pit. We're now just in hive.
Oh, this ain't a game? Well, that makes me sad. I mean, it's pretty boring on Caragor.
Yeah, but why haven't they come and get us now? Why are they letting us go?
Well, I
Because
mean,
the dude who was watching us, probably just going to let us die, managing the game, and Jace uses air quotes, ran away.
or you could have broken the control console and he was on his way to escape and kind of fumbled his way like my commissar fumbles his ration bars.
Would the 2 hive worlders like to do some navigation to see where you go next?
As a hive worlder, I would like to know, would there be cameras in hallways like this?
Not normally. I mean, maybe, but probably not. Like, this is. It seems like kind of an older area of the hive. Like, it's kind of in a state of disuse and disrepair. Again, there's just mangled gantries and like fallen down ladders and stuff. Like this stack or this large chimney that you're in right now may have once served a purpose and may still serve some purpose, but it's too esoteric and just giant and confusing to really suss out without.
So, yeah, Jace will just assist Octus again with the intelligence check.
Okay, there we go. So what did I get? Plus 20?
It was plus 10 from the Hive Worlder thing, and then plus 10 from me assisting. So yes, plus 1.
You got it.
Ooh, 2 degrees.
All right.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I don't know what those degrees mean in this game, but yeah, sounds good.
Well, degrees in Warhammer is kind of like, this thing like 5 degrees of success is fantastic. 2 degrees is like, you're pretty good.
Yeah, so just typically, a lot of times the degrees are skill specific. So some skills have very specific things they do with additional degrees of success. Like if you're firing on full auto, each degree of success gives you an additional hit up to the maximum number of hits you can get in full auto. It's semi-auto. It's every 2 degrees of success. Gives you an extra hit up to the maximum. Yeah. So so like I said, if they're relevant, I'll.
A lot of rolls, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. What it really comes down to is just rolling lower is always better. It's just in some cases it's like, yeah, no, you just do the thing.
That's
in other cases, like you do it really well.
That's why Bartleby likes this game, because he's a Adeptus Mechanicus. He likes all these number crunching games.
And I can specialize in try to specialize in just a few skills. It's hard. Game's hard.
Right. And again, full of the tokens because for some reason
Oh, this looks interesting. You're getting some cool maps going, man.
Where's Romulus?
I'm working on it. He's just confusing himself.
He's
man.
coming.
I like your Romulus voice. It's just very amazing. It's my favorite voice.
Classic foppish British sergeant or colonel. Let's see. This was Tim. Well, like I said, I'll go back through and update everybody's tokens next time. Right. Okay. So. All right. So again, you kind of wander through these halls, gantries, tunnels, passageways. Just this again, and almost endless built upon structure that Octus and Jace are fairly familiar with. It's fairly mundane at this point. You just know that. Well, I don't really know where we're going because we're so far down in the older areas of the hive that nothing's labeled correctly anymore. But I get a sense for this is the direction and it's leading us in a way that might bring us somewhere that's a little bit newer. And you pop out into this again. It's just it's a disused vault, and looking around, it's filled with broken machinery and debris. It appears almost that like it was the lair of some kind of predatory creature, based on how some of the things are like piled up and arranged, and you see a couple of nests here and there, like piles of bone, things like that. And in the middle, you can see what appears to be a makeshift shrine of some sort. And next to it, you do see a body that's just laying on the ground.
Okay, Tib kind of turns to Jace, does a work hand of keep an eye out, and Tib just goes ahead and kind of work hands the. He's probably not gonna understand is Severus to check the body.
Is that wise? We have insufficient data at this point. Perhaps you should. We don't know what's out there.
Can I make an awareness check to look at our surroundings?
I'm guessing we all are.
Yeah.
Ooh, pretty good.
Hey, hot dice. Okay, so Tib steps back for a moment and like, being told, look out, watch. He really takes that to heart, and gives it a solid stare forward and looks at the shrine and the body. And you can see at the center of the shrine, there's this crude idol of a three-headed figure fashioned from shards of bone, broken metal and bone, and it's been draped in these shreds of skin, tattered ribbons of cloth. So it's just this really odd three-headed idol.
How is it arranged? How's it arranged? Like, is it like two heads bottom, one on top?
It's just three. It's just like this three, like head. I wouldn't say it's like any kind of which again your character specifically wouldn't know anything about any of that, I would expect. But it's not arranged in any kind of specific iconography that you would recognize, of course. It's really just like these three skull heads, kind of on a little bit of a plinth or a pedestal kind of structure that fans out, almost like somebody took like some like rib cage bones and then lashed them together into like this makeshift stand, and then on three of the bones they kind of stuck these little carved head skull idols on top of, in addition to get to some tattered ribbons of cloth. And you also see with that good of a roll, you see that in front of the idol there is a fresh bowl, and it's filled with glistening blood, or a bowl filled with fresh glistening blood. Who knows how old the bowl is? It's hard looks like he slit his own throat to fill the bowl with blood before falling down. Like you very clearly identify the smear of blood that tells you kind of what transpired here.
Tip kind of steps back and kind of whispers to the others, I think this is an animal den.
What kind of animal are you talking about?
Well, Tibbs only know one predator on Karakor, and that's kind of more like big cat, but I don't think we have to worry about that.
Maybe it's one of those beasts we fought in the pit.
Yeah, I don't want to fight those again.
Me neither.
Does anybody want to check the body?
I whispered to like Severus.
I can inspect the body, but someone must come with me.
No, I whispered to Severus. No, don't take the body. It kind of looks kind of nasty. I saw some machine parts. Like, you want to see if you can make something out of that?
Oh, yes. See if the machine spirits are still here with us.
And I looked at Jace. Yo, Jace, stay close to me. And I kind of looked toward the O. Like, hold back where you are. We'll guard your position while Severus does a roundabout thing, whatever he does.
Should we avoid the body and this heathen, this heretical shrine? Perhaps we should take down the shrine.
Well,
So Jace is only half listening. We get to the point where he tells Severus to do stuff with trying to see if something can be made out of tech. He's gonna go search the body.
Yeah,
Tibbs is guarding the door.
Is there machinery that I can inspect without going out into the open myself, or do I have to walk out there?
So you can see there is a data slate, or I guess Tibbs saw that there was a data slate laying just beyond the outstretched hand.
I'll say that.
And then, so, Jace, you were going to inspect it.
Yes.
All right.
What awareness or
Roll willpower.
willpower? I suck at this, so this is great.
Oh, you succeeded.
Hey!
Yeah, you don't go crazy.
Okay. So yeah, nothing happens.
Now destroy that filthy heretical shrine.
But as you disturb the body, too many notes. 700 things happen at once, right?
Feels like you're about to read a book.
Rocks fall, we all die.
There'll be a metal plasteel beam that crushes us.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Why don't you move your counter? Who was it Jace that was moving up there? Or? Yeah.
Disturbing the body of the dead. Good work, Jace.
Did you guys give me the last pistol or not? I don't remember now.
No, I have the last pistol still.
Okay. So I've just got a club. Or is it the meat hook? I don't remember.
Meat hook.
Okay.
So, sorry, Severus, what are you doing?
I wanted to see if, like, from where I'm standing, if... Okay, so I guess somebody would point out the data slate to me. And then when you said it was filled with machinery, like, is this...
Broken
Are we talking, like...
machinery and bits of metal and stuff. Nothing that appears to be functional.
Oh, okay, nothing fucking...
Other than potentially the data slate.
Oh, I'm gonna say the data slate is... We should get our hands on that. We should get our mechadendrites on that.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you tell me what you want to do.
Yeah, you know what? I would probably walk up this far, and then at which point Jace is inspecting the body.
Yep. Okay, so as you walk up and Jason inspects the body, this spectral screech emits, and it tears through the fabric of reality, and it pierces your ears. And it's very loud and horrifying. Just anything you can imagine is a ghostly screech. And everybody needs to make a willpower check.
Oh no! What have you done, Jason?
Oh, I need to make a second one. Okay. Not doing so hot that time.
Aha.
Oh, Tip fails.
Emotional cores have not let me down.
Wait, hold on. Is this related to fear?
It is.
Okay, then I still fail because even though I have the fearless. Wait, I'm resistant to fear. How does that work?
You get a plus 10.
Specific ability is it?
Is it a talent?
Hold on,
resistance?
I have written down like on my sheet here. Give me a
Specific is
second.
plus 10.
I think resistance was a little bit different than plus 10. I think.
And then Omega Octave needs
There's
to make a willpower
There's a
save.
lot of different things it could be. It could be a reroll. It could be plus 10. It could be you're immune to minor horrors. Like there's a lot of.
It just says resistance fear, but I have written.
Yeah, resistance. I believe resistance is plus 10.
Then I have only like a 0.5 degree of failure.
It's still
0.6.
You can still roll even under. I forget what page the 233. Sorry, shock table. So yeah, so anybody who fails, roll a d100, and then based on how poorly or how much you failed, for every degree of failure, you add 10 to the roll.
Okay, I don't add 10 to the roll, so I'm safe for that.
So Jace, you would add 10, and Tim, you would add.
And then we're still waiting on Octave to do his.
I only have like a 0.6.
I felt really bad. 4.8 minus 4.8.
Oh shit.
And that
60.
was for your willpower. So
Wait, hold on, that's good.
So you rolled D100, you got a 4, which is, you can only take a half action next turn, but after that you're fine. For Tib, Jace. Okay, so you're 63. You're frozen, can make no actions until you snap out of it. After you snap out, you'll make all tests with a minus 10 until the rest of the encounter, and you get 1d5 insanity points. So, Merry Christmas.
I hate. Okay, so I'm gonna roll D10.
The fear system in this game is horrible, but we're rolling with it. So 1, you get 1 insanity point, and you have to try to snap out of it every turn.
And this has been great. It's gonna take me 3 turns like it did the first time.
And again, we're gonna roll with. It gets easier every time, so the next time you do it, just start with a plus 10, because the fear system in this game is really unforgivingly stupid. And again, I'll play with it a little bit as we
Tip feels happy that he isn't totally screwed over.
yes, that's Tit, and then Octus, roll D100.
D100 plus 40.
Yeah, hopefully Octus doesn't just die.
Die of fright.
D100. Oh man.
89,
okay,
yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I'm rolling like crazy high.
89 plus 40.
Last game too.
Maybe you should try rolling on the Discord.
129. Alright, that nets you the happy, totally overcome. The character screams and vomits uncontrollably for 1d5 rounds.
Oh, geez. Same as last time.
During this time, he is helpless and may do nothing and drops anything he's holding afterwards. Until the end of the encounter, the character may only take single half actions each turn until he can rest. And you also get D5 on insanity points. So
D5 insanity?
One
Yeah.
Yeah, Tip just looks back because he's like almost paralyzed by fear. And you see the octopus screaming and vomiting at the same
Oh,
time.
man.
And I get 5.
Oh.
I get 5 too.
Spicy rolls. Okay.
You should definitely roll on Discord.
I'm like, guys, I can't take this shit anymore. I'm not cut out for this. I thought I was a good assassin, but really, I'm not.
Well, you're good at assassinating like people. You're not good with the like this crazy
Yeah.
shit that keeps happening to you all of a sudden.
As long as I'm in control of the situation, I'm okay.
Right.
But so now I'm at
Wait.
7 insanity points.
Yeah, so I did roll for Romulus, and he rolled an 18 for his willpower, so he's just like, yes, I've seen this before, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Get
gonna-
your stuff together, man, and he kind of slaps Octus like a few times.
What can I do, Romulus? Like, how can I gain some courage? How do you hold your cool so well?
I'm gonna roll just to see if Romulus can like do anything. You got a 32.
Wow.
So yeah, like I would just say you're stunned for the next round, as well as Jace is also stunned. So I'm gonna say Romulus is just like, get it together, gentlemen. Come on, stiff upper lip and all that. So you're stunned for this round, and then his command is going to come through as like a little bit of a piercing voice that just cuts through the fear, and you're like, no, I need to get it together.
I'm surprised Octopus can talk while throwing up and screaming at the same time.
The NPC is gonna save our bacon here. Like, damn.
I knew I liked it for a reason.
I'm just rolling a D100 and seeing if it's okay, and like it was an 18 and a 30. I'm like, it's really not bad.
Romulus is just gonna be an amazing character.
Right? Like,
Does anything actually happen after that scream, or is it just happen and then stop and then everybody's just standing there?
now it's your turn, right? So there's
Oh.
something going on, and all of you now get an action. You get something you can do, which 2 of you, of course, don't get to do anything. So the remaining 2, and of course Romulus has used his action to tell you to stop being babies.
Okay, since these guys, and the source of this panic was the body or the shrine.
Or something like that. You can make an awareness test at -10 to try to figure something out here.
Is this will this be count as an action?
No. The awareness test itself wouldn't be an action at all. It's just do you see it?
You mean everybody, or just?
Ooh, yeah, that's -10. That's 2.4.
Severus and Tim.
Holy shit! I passed.
Oh.
I needed 14.
There you go.
And I passed.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I dig it.
That's unbelievable, man.
Yeah. So Severus, by virtue of your additional augmentation and just like general monitoring of the mundane, right? So Severus is always just walking through cataloging everything, right? Like it's just as you go through, it's like standard air quality, temperature 70 degrees Fahrenheit, or if you're not in America, some other relevant temperature that I'm not familiar with.
It's Celsius.
Right. Well, I mean Celsius, yes, but I have no idea what the relevant number is.
It'd be like
All I know is -40 is -40, right? Like it's not that. Like that's not the temperature. But yeah, you're like, it's kind of smelly, but who cares? Those general things. So just that general absorption and processing of the mundane at all times that you're doing, and just cogitating this, you notice that there appears to be some kind of like etheric just waver, almost like a heat after image that looks kind of like a person or spirit or something floating above the body. You can tell that there is definitely something there in a humanoid shape, and not necessarily legs, probably more like a djinn or a genie, kind of like coalescing into the legs into just kind of like a amorphous mass. But it's definitely something concrete that is not. It's not being generated by any of the basic air currents that you would expect in this area, so it stands out to you and almost like highlights in your vision. And the more you stare at it, you're like, oh, obviously it's there. It's been there this entire time. How did we not see this?
Fucked up.
Do you announce this audibly, Severus?
No. I would just no. What is it? My turn? When I can I do something now, or is it...
It's functionally. I mean, since there's only one creature, it's the creature turn and the player turn. So right now it's just the player turn, as opposed to dealing with initiative and all that.
I think I would just, you know what I would do is I'd probably, keeping my eye on this being, I would I kind of look around confused and try to realize, oh, everyone's scared. I remember those emotions. I don't like those emotions. I'm gonna pick up we're gonna grab Jace if I can and like drag him back. If I could.
Yeah,
back.
absolutely. Make a strength check.
Ooh.
61.
It being that much of a failure, he's the way that he is kind of fighting against you. You're trying to pull him back, and he's just thrashing against it. He's not having it.
Okay.
Okay, then it's just me then. I use basically a little shine. I see Jace, those like puritanic, and I look back and I'm saying not just like pissing, throwing up, screaming at the same time, kind of freaking me out a little bit. And I just look at the shine. You know, I shouldn't really suffer heresy. Pull up the last pills and I shoot that like one of the heads of on the shrine.
Shooting the idol.
Yeah, like directly at like one of the heads.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a ballistic skill check.
Well, I could take an aim as a free action because of what skill it's called.
What's a half
quick
action?
draw.
The game is a half action.
Well, I thought quick draw would be a free action to aim.
Yeah. Quick draw is a free action to take it out, right?
Yeah.
So you draw your weapon as a free action, and then you have a full action or two half actions. You can take a half action aim for +10. The idol itself is tiny, which would be a -20, but you're also pretty close, which is another +10.
So plus 10?
Well, that's 0. Somebody do math for me.
It should be 0 because
Yeah.
positive 10 plus a negative 10 equals 0.
1.5 degrees to pick up.
All right, roll me some damage. Come on.
What's the damage for the last pistol?
Last pistol is yeah.
Wait, 1d10 plus what?
2.
2. 9 plus 2, 11 damage.
All right, yeah, it explodes into a million shards. It's gone. Almost like it wasn't there.
So I just blow the entire thing up with great aim and precision.
All right, so back to the next turn. Jace, make another willpower check.
0 or?
Yeah, just base, regular roll.
Oh, hey, we're good.
Oh wow, man, that is quite good for you. Okay, and with Romulus's cajoling and general vigor, as he says, buck up, let's go, come on. You're good to free to do whatever you'd like, as well as everyone else. It's your turn now.
Would I know what caused me to be terrified?
Nope.
Hold on a second.
Horrible scream. You heard a scream, and it was scary, and something reached into your mind a little bit, and you pushed it back, and you didn't like that, and it was very scary.
Did you say that the thing above was kind of ethereal?
Yep, ethereal, absolutely. Yep.
Okay. If I would just point at it at this point and say that appears to be the cause of our difficulty. That point.
You might want to describe it. It's very difficult to know.
Can you not see it? It's right there. It looks like it's part of the immaterium. It it must be a creature of the warp or something, or some demonic entity. Would that make sense?
Do I make an awareness check to see
Yeah,
what
you could absolutely make an awareness check. It'd be -10.
Oh, -10? Then
Yeah, which would unfortunately make that.
Aww.
So you look right where he said it, and you're like, I just don't know what you're talking about. But again, if Severus is mentioning it could be a warp entity or something like that, you would be very well schooled that those are bad things. That's fairly common knowledge in the Imperium, that anything from the warp, or obviously the psychic shriek that you heard and the feelings in your mind and having to repel it repeatedly would tell you that this is not something that's very kosher or good.
Blow up the body. I'm just kidding. No.
Did the spirit match? Does it look like the body?
You can't really tell. It appears to be like a humanoid figure, but with the way it's shaped, it's hard to tell if it's specifically that body.
Is it? And you said it was above the body or above the shrine?
It's floating like kind of in that area above the body, above the shrine, like in between the body and the shrine.
There's no connection that I see or anything, right?
Probably
Like
you can see,
not
not
some.
specifically.
I mean, there's a blood bowl. You can kick over. See, that does something.
Yeah.
I mean, I blew up the shrine.
would shooting the shrine more do anything?
Well, I mean, did it disappear?
Or defiling the body with a bowl of blood. I mean,
The bowl of blood seems safer.
yeah, I think Severus would just kind of stand there. He doesn't know what's happening. He needs more data. He's unsure what to do.
I mean, again, in these situations, they're always, run away.
Yeah.
You could.
Well,
That would definitely be something that you've been.
we're just gonna go over here and move further away from.
You know what? This is a no-win situation. I think we.
Yeah, that's entirely a normal thing to do. You're like, yeah, it's haunted. Fuck it.
Which direction were we trying to go? I guess would be the direction that I would run off to.
I guess we just go back the way we came and just find a different exit.
Yeah, you absolutely could. Again, this being a hive structure, it just kind of goes off into
Okay.
who knows where.
Yeah, they're just like walking out. Like,
Then goodbye.
Yeah.
We got a character. Nobody has any lore that would help us in the situation for this.
no, we need a priest. And I'm like, okay, haunted dumpster, blew up the shrine. Right's been wronged. Wrong's been right. Come on, Romulus. Let's go. Let's bounce.
Yes. All right. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Let's go. Let's just continue down. Yeah. And you walk away, and the screech echoes again down the passageways, and it was just some kind of horrible, heretical shrine.
Haunted dumpster, blew up the shrine. So far I know, heresy's been purged.
Yeah, like you don't have the proper equipment to really deal with it there, but at the same time, you're like, bye.
It's like, fuck.
Not dealing with these demons. And so Severus, while you were going up, you did manage to grab the data slate.
Oh, yeah. Shit, the data
this is
slate.
Something we were talking about. It was laying there, and I can't see a tech priest leaving one behind.
No, if there was, in fact, I would grab it, even at my own risk, I think.
And so you can do a tech use test to try and access it if you'd like. And if the data slates, that's fairly mundane, so that's a +30.
Sure, and I'll even, if I can, I'll use my one of my implants, my electro. What are they called? Not the electro.
No, your implant's busted, bud.
Oh, they don't even work.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's sad.
They
Oh.
won't at the moment.
So make a straight roll, my man.
Just
Well, like I said,
neutered.
you still get a +30. You just don't get extra.
Electrograph to use. No, my electrographs don't work.
No, they went in and dug around in your cerebral cortex and your processing unit. And just they went through your text dot or your dot text file and went equals false equals false equals false equals false, equals disabled.
I'm just hearing this equal false repeat. I'm like, Severus, what are you talking about?
Plus 30 to it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh,
Yeah, there you go.
5 degrees.
fantastic.
Let's see.
Yeah, you would probably hear you guys would see me holding the data slate, and then I would pull like some sort of connector either from my arm or from my cranial implant and try and connect it to the data slate, and I'm trying to access it, and then you hear him screech something in a sound, a warbled sound that you wouldn't understand, but it's some kind of machine language. Then the connection goes back, and he uses his fingers on his hand, and he starts touching it and activating the data slate, and he's like, I suppose I must do it the old-fashioned way, and he uses his fingers to access the data slate.
So I just posted it in the Discord if you want to read what's on the data slate for everybody.
Discord.
Sorry, I didn't have it as a handout, unfortunately.
In the Twitch stream?
40K.
Oh, in 40K. Okay, it says, so it's something like, it's like a cutoff message. We're not getting the whole thing, but it says, till receiving, but I shall continue to document my travel through this industrial hell. I've encountered a strange shrine, and although my every instinct demands that I smash and destroy the foul totem, somehow I cannot bring myself to do so. It is as if something else is inside my mind. So,
Tim just like mumbling and like, so, do you know what any of that means?
I will say, well, we can infer with a high probability that this belonged to that individual that we found dead at the location of the shrine, and the thing that I saw got inside his mind and probably most likely forced him to sacrifice himself. And this
Okay,
is
so you're saying this city's haunted?
that particular area reportedly was highly likely.
And Tim just kind of looks back and looks forward. I'm like, nah, I think some areas are more haunted than others.
If we ever get out of here, we must let the Inquisition know. They'll have to cleanse with fire this whole section of this underhive.
Tib has no idea what that group is, but Tib is familiar with the Flamer.
Cleanse and burn.
Definitely.
It is unfortunate that we were not able to destroy the shrine. It is an abomination, a stain on this.
I mean,
technically, I blew up the shrine with my last pistol.
It was defiled. There's now 2 hits instead of 3.
Well, I kind of shattered it to pieces, so it's kind of really messed up.
The idol was fully destroyed.
Really? It fully destroyed it?
Yeah, the idol exploded, but the chalice or cup of bowl of blood was still there.
Yeah, perhaps it was the bowl of blood that we needed to destroy or burn the body or something like that.
So more her int checks. Oh, we're good.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, at this point, you're getting kind of a feel for just exploring, and as far as wandering through the area, you're just going and walking. You're just walking through the area, searching for the next point of interest, of course. It's just this labyrinth of tunnels. It's kind of starting to drag on. You've been wandering now for several hours at this point, so you really are starting to feel a little bit fatigued, especially after just being tossed into a pit and asked to fight some animals, and they expected you to die there. So it's definitely starting to wear on you, and we'll probably do some more navigation a little bit later to see how quickly you can start navigating between these areas. But as far as finding it at this point, yeah, you pop out into another, again, point of interest, if you will. It appears to be this very large meat rendering chamber see some animal and beast, and just like again, some of the animals you saw before that are dead, as well as some groks and just other generic Imperium animals, dogs, whatever, fall down from shafts high above. And again, just from what you saw, maybe they're coming from some of the arenas from before, or other animals that are just being dumped into some kind of like grass chute, essentially. And you see them; they fall down to these very large crucibles, filled with whirling blades. And as they pile up, once it fills up to a certain point, you kind of see this like light flick on. You hear a gonk, like this generic industrial buzzer sound, and these blades cut on and just start to blend the creatures into a slurry that just gurgles and bubbles and then flows out of a tube, or not a tube, but like a trench.
A trough.
Trough. Thank you. Into this just lake of blood that's down below all of like the mesh in the floor. It just slowly flows like kind of along this track into just this giant rendering plant below. Kind of, I guess I want to say Saw 3 or 2, 3. I want to say Saw 3, kind of like that with the pigs, where it just mulches them and then runs it along until it goes into this rendering plant below that probably feeds off into another area of the hive. As well as in the area, you can see several servitors throughout the area that appear to have like these hook hands that are moving the parts and pieces around and just continuing to funnel. Like, so one falls on like the edge of the crucible, and they just kind of grab it and shove it back in.
At this point, Tip's kind of like annoyed because he likes open areas, and being in such a cramped space has just been pissing him off lately, and he's been a bit hungry, and seeing all this, and he kind of gets all anxious for meat because meat's so rare to have, and it's just mold and bugs.
Yeah, and it's very fresh for the most part. Like most of the things you see falling down appear to be recently dead. You don't see any mold or decay or anything on them. So
Tib rolls awareness to see if these people in the middle are actually people, or just who they are generally.
okay.
2 degrees of failure.
That's really not. It's not super difficult. They appear to be mostly roboticized and are just tending to the equipment, as well as again flipping anything that misses into the VADs. One like moves down here and pushes a Grok's skeleton or corpse into it.
I kind of look towards Severus. I'm like, Severus.
Arcus.
Severus, could you convince them to give us some food?
Possibly. I would have to converse with them.
Please do, since you're more like that.
Are you all hungry? Do we all
Of course
want
I'm
some
hungry.
nutrients?
I would love some nutrients, especially the meat.
I mean, yeah, food would be great.
Wait, they might also. We might be able to get some more information too. Let's go talk to one.
Okay, I follow Octus like to be a bit like I think more like a bit of a bodyguard.
You're following Octus.
Sorry, I meant Severus. I keep mixing up the names.
Got 2 S's.
Yeah, a lot of US's at the end. I can't see which way to go here, but is it this way? I can't see.
Yeah. Yep. You got it. That's the way.
Cool. I'm gonna.
Yep. Kind of goes around like this, and then this is like the big pit here.
Okay.
Oh, that's a pit?
Yep. Big
There you
old
go.
crucible that they're just like chucking the bodies that fall from down above into.
I'm gonna try to converse with it. I've got binary chatter. The binary chatter talent gives me plus 10 to communications with servitors.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So you guys would all see me kind of go up to this thing and hum some kind of sounds to it. And I would just say I'd probably run through it quick. I don't know, some kind of like introduction program, ask it for its major functions, explain to it that we are not enemies. Maybe if it's possible to just sort of tell it that I'm the master control programmer or something, that I can
Okay, well,
like
give me a roll and we'll see how much you can.
see how much we do, how much we get.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would that be? Is that tech use then with a?
I'm trying to.
I would imagine it's a tech use, and I get a +10 to it. +10 bonus to any attempt to instruct, program, or question servitors. I'm adept at controlling servitors. I'm going to say, yes, so we ran into many of these. We had many of these on...
Give me a tech use. Tech use would be fine with +10 from the binary chatter.
Sounds good.
Success.
Ooh, good thing I got that +10.
Ooh,
Give me a roll.
Yeah,
Nice.
right
Right on the
on,
nose.
right on the
Right
button,
on the
eh?
nose.
Did you roll in Discord?
No, he rolled in.
Roll 20.
I didn't see it. Weird.
Yeah,
Sometimes
you're.
it takes a second to load,
Yeah.
but he rolled a 57, and he needed a 57.
Oh man, this is so lucky.
Yeah, and he rolled under 14 too, right? Pretty good.
So right up.
Earlier, yeah.
So yeah, I would say that you can probably communicate to it that you are not Argus that needs to be thrown into the Crucible, because that is what it was going to do if you did not succeed that roll. It was going to throw you in.
Oh, wow. Okay. Could I also continue and just ask it, find out, like, is it even worth trying to ask it any questions? Like, is it, I'm assuming it's a very simple servitor. It has one function. It wouldn't know where we were, it wouldn't know what planet we're on or any of that
Very,
stuff.
very much so. That's you very much got it. You told it, I'm a magi or whatever. Like you did the authentication protocols, and it responded back with, function take meat, put into vat, maintain vat, ensure meat goes into vat. Like it's very much a very straight line.
And then the fourth line of the code is like go to 10. It goes back to, it's like basic or something.
It just keeps doing it. So it's like, oh wait, no, okay, make no tech use test, no.
Is there any way I could try to program it, one of them, to come with us and serve us?
Ask it if it has any quarters.
You could try it on a different one.
Yeah.
This one you've already tried it on, but again, just from what it told you, you would know that if you don't give it the proper authentication on a different one, it's gonna grab you and try to throw you into the pit.
Okay, I'm not gonna press our luck then. I'm gonna
Ask it questions if it knows where it goes for maintenance.
Sure. Yeah, I'll ask it what its maintenance protocols are.
Doesn't know. Has no idea. It just continues to shove meat into the hole until a properly authorized individual shuts it down.
Wait,
That's
how
what
long
I
has it been
figured.
running for?
I figured it would just run until it stops working, and then somebody maybe either comes and fixes it or gets a new one.
There is no log. There's no maintenance log. There's no. I mean, this is like very much a rudimentary piece of equipment that's been programmed to, as best it can, grab stuff and throw it into the pit.
Can you check for defensive protocols in case, like, we want to take something?
It doesn't understand the question.
Okay, I think I'm gonna tell everyone. I'm just gonna say this machine, the spirit in this machine is very. Actually, I don't even know if tech priests believe that servitors have machines. No, probably not. Right? I think they're probably seen as.
That's a very good question. I'm gonna say I do not know.
I would imagine they don't.
About the machine spirit in that servitor.
You know, avoid the topic altogether.
Yeah, I know servitors are a way to like get around complicated cogitator programs that could turn into AI, but now
become seen as
very
heresy.
deep into the lore at this point. So
okay, I would just tell the
know.
group.
Really don't know.
I would just tell the group that it's a very simple program. It has only one function. It was going to try to throw us into the rendering vats, but I overrode that part of its programming. We could try to grab some of the food, but I'm not sure if it would see us as a threat again. It's a unlikely risk, I'd say. I'd say it's probably a 35% probability chance that it would see us as something to throw into the vats if we try to take some of the nutrients for ourselves.
Tim just bites his lip, like a little bit of frustration, like, well, let's just keep looking for a place we can rest our eyes.
It's only 35%, just so you know. That's what
I mean,
said.
then are you willing to take that 35%?
I'm not that hungry, I say, but perhaps some of you need some food.
Jace, what about you?
At this, we can just keep going.
Okay, guess we'll just check the garbage bags on our way across the hive.
So let's just leave.
Yeah.
It would have been cool to try to program these and get them to come with us. Have a little army of dudes coming out of the underhive, but
You're more than welcome to
very
join.
yeah. Until you fail, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, all we gotta do is, kill some servitors if they try to throw you.
I mean, are they skull servitors or like full human?
No, these are full human.
Yeah,
Human
these are
servitors.
Full-on servitors. Like the generic book description is, servitors are fusions of flesh and machine made from culture-grown organics or mind-wipe human bodies. Millions of these cyborg creations are found throughout the Imperium and are used to perform monotonous single functions without deviation or question.
Yeah, I'm not willing to take on these meaty boys that probably have more armor and they're entire bionic. Or
Yeah, I'm
we
gonna
can try
say-
to kill them
yeah.
for their electronics to fix Severus.
Yeah, Severus would agree with you, and he would say, yes, I think your conclusion is sound. We should not press our probability chances here, and just move on.
And I guess we leave through the other side.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you make your way around the meat slurry pit with its continual just deluge of just horrible sucking and spinning and just carcasses being turned into a slurry of goo sounds.
I just noticed the Adeptus Mechanicus, the symbol up there.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a regular planned piece of machinery, clearly to deal with some of the leavings of all of the fighting pits and the like. I mean, obviously once it's dead, well, might as well not let it rot. Let's just go and convert it into something. It's hard to say from here, but obviously it's part of some designed machinery.
If I wasn't all disabled, I would try to do something. I would probably just suck the energy out of it or something, but just keep moving.
Yeah,
Give it an
gotta
energy.
find something to.
We need some tools.
Yep.
Gotta give it that energy hickey.
A multi-tool is what I need. I need a multi-tool to service myself.
Multi-tool would definitely assist in your endeavor.
Well, I haven't asked GM, but could I try to fix myself without a multi-tool? Like all this time I've been wanting.
Nope.
No, okay. Yeah.
No. It's got one of those like security hexes like you see on the bathroom stalls where it's got the little pin in the middle, and without just the exact tool, you can't get the cover off. You're like, son of a bitch,
There's just no way.
I'm sorry, Severus, but you don't have that Phillips screwdriver that your server
the
slot.
The Torx one that Apple uses for their
Yep,
laptops.
exactly. You've got to have.
They're built like an Apple iPhone.
Certified parts. You're like, I don't want to take this warranty sticker off. That would be a problem. I'm gonna get written up by my supervisor.
It's be Heresy gets to almost side of the void the warranty.
Yeah, Severus is just walking that. You wouldn't download a ground car. You wouldn't download a ground car. Okay, yeah. Let me get some navigation rolls from everybody. Not obviously Severus, but everybody else. Tib, Jace, Octus.
Tim is just frustrated and tired. He wants food in open air.
What is the navigation? I don't have that.
It's another advanced skill.
It's a
Oh.
basic
Yeah,
skill.
So I
you guys, you
I
were
don't
gonna do
have it.
the intellect plus 10.
okay. I don't
No,
like.
it's a,
Yep, intellect plus 10. Just because you're from a hive, so generally navigating a hive.
Oh my god, I rolled low for once.
There you go. See, hey, you know, it happens. It's in there somewhere. Yeah, so in this case, Tib is definitely, he's feeling hungry. He's kind of tired of just crawling through the hive space. He's like, man, I could really go for some recaf right now.
Tip could eat some bugs right now, but there's no soil, so it pisses him off further.
You're probably seeing that slurry at the trough of the slurry. You could do like Scrooge McDuck and just dive in there, and you wanted to like probably swim through that stuff.
It's heresy to swim through meat. For the
Very-
commissary, apparently.
very specific. That's very specific. We're gonna need some backstory on that at some point.
Well, commissary says so.
Where that came from. So that's your homework for next session. Is why is it heresy to specifically swim through me? How did you come up? Because it's too specific for me to let go. All right, so getting back to where we are right now, Jace and Octus very much getting into that pocket. You're kind of getting into that pocket. You're hungry. You're tired. But it's really more boosting your senses than it is detracting from it, because you're like, okay, we really need to knuckle down and get our wits about us, because this is starting to become like kind of a dire situation. I'm not going to die down here. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen. So the two of you really get it together and wander yourself through somewhere. Who's to say? I'll just do the narrative portion of it for now, and then I'll move you guys and fix all your tokens later. So you wander down the hallways, through the gantries, through the tunnels, through the same hive strata that you've been wandering through, and you notice that things start to get a little bit older. You see a little bit of dust on the ground. You're starting to step into places that haven't been stepped into for quite a while at this point. And you walk out of this tunnel that cracks into this very grand vault that again ascends into the heights. You can see the ceiling, but it's almost shrouded in just a slight haze of mist. It's so high up, but you can definitely see that there is a ceiling on this vault. And it appears to be, like I say, it rolls into this elegant but now abandoned and decrepit manor. And it's set amidst dead gray soil and withered trees of a garden, all within this vault's walls that are probably about 1,000 meters on any side in about a square, about 1,000 meters square.
Wait, so this is like a garden, like a forest or something?
No, it's like there's a garden in front of this manor that kind of vaults up after the garden, almost like just like a palatial estate, but somehow within this hive structure.
So there's soil.
A little bit, yeah. There are patches of like the metal goes into this garden that someone has brought down from the regular world soil and planted trees, and you can see some weak light filtering down from broken lumens from like way above through this little fog above, where it looks like there's kind of an artificial light that maybe feeds these trees, but no one's been maintaining them for so long that they used up all the nutrients in the soil that was put there.
Okay, Tib kind of just goes unceremonious, walks a bit quick to the soil, using my survival skill that I gained. This time I'm ready for it. Okay, survival. Did I not write this down? I honestly forgot to write this down. I can't believe I know I have survival skill. Survival. Did I forget to write this down? It's weird when you forget to write down one thing and it's been on your mind since the last session.
Sure. Survival.
Give me a second. I know I have this. No, that's skills.
It probably be a skill. Yeah, survival's an advanced intelligence skill. So if you haven't trained, you can just roll your intelligence.
I know I have this. I remember specifically clicking on the thing. I'm like, oh, survival. How awesome does that? I've been watching.
I mean, yeah, you can just roll intelligence.
Yeah,
because
just roll your
you'll get
intelligence. We'll see how you do.
you'll get your full value, so it's not like it's half or anything.
I can't read it here. Why can I find it? I feel like.
Intelligence is in the middle of your sheet.
Oh, I'm looking on the Excel sheet.
Okay, just fix it.
I'll just roll straight intelligence then.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. No, this is very much outside of any soil you've ever seen. Almost as if every last nutrient or bug or biome or anything that ever lived in this has been dead for a century or more. It feels like. As you dig your hands into it, the soil just crumbles and cracks and falls away with nothing to hold it together in the second the barest bit of forces applied to it. And as opposed to like being this rich, loamy, like life force, it is just the dust of a corpse scattered across this man's. Again, it's the cremated remains of whatever house once lived here.
Well, since Tibbs in character right now, he's just gonna keep digging like a madman looking for bugs to eat. Like he doesn't care until he finds something.
So he goes down, and he finds it only goes down about 2 feet, which again puffs up in this great cloud of very fine dust that almost looks like smoke at this point, just by how fine it is, and just any amount of effort he puts into it just plumes it outward before his fingers scrabble into metal again, and you see that this is just some kind of false constructed garden, and with no one here to tend and reinforce it, it has gone back to the wilds of the hive, as opposed to the wilds of nature, and everything natural has died and decayed and fallen to ruin.
Tibbs just stands up, takes a deep breath in and out, heads to the tree, and that tree just lays by it and says, "I'm hungry."
And yeah, the tree is, as you lean against it, you can feel it. It's almost hollow, and the bark kind of cracks in just the barest bit, almost like a piece of like a Cheeto. You know how a Cheeto, like you feel it, you push on it, just like it just starts to crack inward, like this very fragile structure that if you were to lean on it completely, you could probably crack this tree in half just by virtue of existing. Like the lignins and the celluloses and everything in it that's holding it together is just decayed for so long in a dry, dead environment that it's just ready to shatter into a million pieces and return back to dust.
Now Tibbs is just officially depressed right now because he's so hungry.
There's nothing of interest here, though. No.
There's a mansion.
Yeah, there's a giant manor.
I
wanna
just
check out
start
the
walking
manor?
towards the manor.
Yeah, it's so it's 12:09 now, and I usually like to run to 12, so that's where we're gonna stop here. Is outside this big grand manor. But yeah, you are outside of what appears to be a dead manor underground, and that's where I'm gonna stop tonight. So
Okay. Great. Awesome episode, man.
yeah, absolutely. Hope everybody had fun. Definitely made some progress. Just kind of bouncing between really terrible stuff. It's really just terrible stuff. All of your gear was taken. You don't know where you are, and you're underground in something not great. It's really bad. It's forgotten hive structure.
underhive stuff. Scary
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it's most people would not come down here. They just so yeah, it sucks. We don't go there.
Yeah, there's all sorts of horrors, demons, demonic stuff, mutants.
It's just like a 40K dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
totally.
flew a shrine.
So
Yeah.
far down, people just quit going there. They're like, yeah, fuck it, we're not dealing with it.
I'm so badass, I got depression.
I mean, yeah. Just imagining Tib like digging through this very dusty, fine dirt to hit metal again, and just go, wow, there's no actual terra firma, like the actual structure of the planet is far removed from this location. It is 100% of construction.
The monster's gonna get out of them. The demon that's screaming, wailing, go get it. But the lack of nature and the wide openness he's used to is getting to him.
Yeah, so yeah, fans of Mothership, fans of Alien, this is right up your alley. There's a lot of 40K horror that can be pulled in without a lot of effort.
Yeah, and just like the 40,000 years in the future just is like mind-boggling in itself. You know what I mean? Just go like
I mean, against separatists.
yeah, like 40,000 years in the past, where like hunter-gatherers battling the Neanderthals in Europe, right? Now, go ahead 40,000 years.
Well, yeah, Severus goes up to what kind of looks like a human with some metal stacked on him, and if he hadn't talked to it the right way, it would have just hooked him and thrown him into a blender.
Almost died instantly.
Yeah. It's like, huh, well, that could have been a bad day pretty quickly. So, and that's from a universe perspective, that's like, oh yeah, no, the servitor did its job. It's just there to blend up meat, you know? It's your fault for, there's no OSHA.
No OSHA.
Or like open suggestions.
Yeah, right? It's like, no, it grabs meat and it puts it in the blender. That's what it does.
Pretty grim.
So yeah, like I said, lots of good rolls, lots of good role play. I had a good time as a GM. I hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah, awesome roleplay, guys. Everybody,
Yeah, that was
GM, players,
a lot of fun.
it's great.
Yep. Yeah, that was great. That was awesome.
Can't wait to the next session. Either be a Tuesday or
absolutely.
Wednesday in 2 weeks, right?
Yes, sir. That's pretty much what we got planned. I got lots more stuff going on. You guys just keep grinding away at it and hopefully survive. Probably find your gear at some point. Who knows?
Yeah, do you guys want to do, I don't know if we want to talk about it now, but like, if it's 2 weeks, like the 12th then, or the 13th, Tuesday or Wednesday now, it doesn't matter.
Wednesday's preferable for me, but
For the next one, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
The
I-
13th?
no problem. But again, we can finalize it once we're done with stream. Other than that, yeah, like I said, I hope you guys had fun. Had a lot of fun.
and we got two new followers for this stream, which is pretty good for an obscure game like this. Really good.
Oh. Who's that? Oh, I guess they're right there. I can see him right there. Cool.
Yeah, well, definitely anybody tuned in, really appreciate it. Gonna keep doing it. Definitely run it through Tattered Fates, at least book one. And depending on how everybody likes it, we'll probably start some freeform stuff after that. So lots of content in store, lots of bad times for the players. Sorry guys, it's bad time. The grim darkness of the far future is not a kind thing. So Octus, best of luck in healing your 700 hits that you took all at once. But just roll with it. Just roll with it. Hey, worst case you die, and we have to figure out how to throw a new person in. So that's just the way it goes, right?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm like hanging low right now. I don't want to get any injuries, right? But
No, that's
and we possibly have another player that might join us next time, so we'll see that.
I hope it's a priest so we don't get spooked.
I don't know what he is, but I don't know, but we'll see.
A third guardsman. Oh my god.
Weapon harvester.
I will
support.
throw out that Adept is the most slept on class in Dark Heresy and is the best class. Just trust me. Just trust me on this. The second that you can roll lore on every single interaction, you're gonna want to do it. So don't sleep on Adept. They're not good in a fight, but who needs fighting when you can tell people that they shouldn't attack you because of numbers and logic?
Or beat him with a book.
There's
Or a very
definitely
crusty
lots of
scroll.
rolls. Or somebody with like good perception. We don't seem to be perceptive.
It's awareness in this system. No, you guys are
Yeah,
doing
awareness.
fine. You totally noticed a decent amount of things. Noticed the armor, noticed the shrine and everything like that. So, yeah, no, it's really been chugging along. You guys are doing fine. As far as like again a D100 system. That's why I let everybody roll as opposed to like one or two people, because it's hard. It's pretty tough. Expect to fail most of your things. Severus, again, talking to that servitor, you were exactly 1 point away from being tossed into the pit. So
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, too bad.
You mean too
look,
bad?
Yeah, we're not too bad.
because I'm
Nice of spoken.
because I'm a GM too, and I try to. I'm on the GM side a lot.
No,
But-
that's
job
why I
isn't
say.
the
That's why I
color
say.
thing.
It's. I'm just here to tell you what
I know,
happens.
I'm just
and If
joking.
you decide to go talk to the monster and you do well, hey, good for you. And like I said, I do like to say it would have thrown you into the pit, just because that's a little fun. But in this instance, no. Hey, you talked the shit out of it. It said, no, you're clearly a supervisor. I should not throw supervisors into the pit.
That's crazy, that talent. But yeah, if I didn't have that talent, I would have failed.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
absolutely.
I'm surprised I was able to avoid the fight by scaring off those things.
Hey,
More
man,
stuff.
we're-
Again, as I think you guys have seen, I will always be asking for scholastic lore, common lore, forbidden lore, any lore tests. I really like to reward people for taking skills that seem throwaway in combat characters, because 75-80% of all the careers in Dark Heresy are combat characters. So if you're gonna dump 100 XP, I want you to get the best bang for your buck. I want to let you make those rolls. So never hurts to flesh out your character with some of the things they just might know by existing and make them more real, as opposed to just going, yeah, no, I'm gonna hammer on my ballistic skill and my dodge, right? So.
Actually, that's what I plan with the ballistic skill.
And I mean, hey,
Okay.
if your guy trained in it, he should definitely like get it. But at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, no, I might know him, scholastic lore, Imperial Creed, or something, because I'm a priest. So it's all out there.
Guardsmen don't get access to like a whole lot of.
No, they don't. They're very much the punchy guys, and that's okay. I'm just saying, it's okay to play any character. I'm totally here for it. I very much like the 40K lore. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot to play with, and just really be your character, be your guardsman in the universe of the 40,000 millennia, where everything is terrible, and you're there to just show up and say, yes, sir, right away, sir, I'm going to shoot it, or I'm going to stab it. In Octa's case, I'm going to stab it, or I'm going to shoot it, and whoever
Yeah.
hires me, I'm going to go do it.
But I can't act like that if I got like 7 insanity, and I'm scared out of my mind.
I mean, maybe you can, or maybe you can't. It's really up to what Octus would do, and lives are fleeting. Live your life. If you die, worst case, you get to go through the character creation process again, which is daunting to start with. But the more you do it, and the more you start reading into all the source books, I really do think that Fantasy Flight did a lot of work creating these source books and creating all the additional material to make there's some really interesting character concepts you can flesh out in the system. So I really encourage everybody to go out, look at Dark Heresy 1 edition or first edition, and give it a shot. It's tough. There's a lot of rules. It's not a beginner-friendly system, especially with some more beginner-friendly systems that exist nowadays. But if you're a 40K buff, there's a lot to pull from. It really can let you make your special snowflake in the 40K universe.
Well, I should tell Espresso Killer to read that book then, because he likes the lore too. But Yeah, that was awesome, man. Like, I'm hoping to learn more of the lore. By the end of this thing, I'll know as much. Well, I'll never know as much lore as you guys know, but Bartleby's got sending me videos of like hour-and-a-half videos of just what a hive city is, and like an hour-and-a-half video like what a assassin does in the lore. So he's sending me all these lore videos. I'm trying to put them on like in the background while I'm working and stuff, and trying to get stuff out of them. So hopefully I can catch up to you guys at least somewhat, anyways.
Like I said, you're not going to be very far behind. Again, this is very much a cloistered society that everybody's living in. So your assassin could have been born, raised, and died on the same 20 foot of land and not even know that was where he lived.
And also I should add that because there's so many planets and so many different cultures, you could almost make a character like your assassin could be any type of assassin, really, because he could be from one of these planets. That's like same with even the tech priests. Like you can make tech priests that are a lot more personable, or that they use common names, and then others that just use number names, for example. It really depends. So you could really make anything you want and say, yeah, my guy's from this planet that, it's not in the lore of the system, but that's fine. So he's not.
And you would just say, yeah, they redacted it, and you just go, okay. Like there's really no restriction on what you can do. It's just pick a character you want to play, flesh out that character, and then just like try to come up with a couple tidbits to just like make it work. They're
a YouTuber that does a lot of 40K lore, Luden, and a lot of his videos he mentions that one of the things with 40K lore, which is both good and bad, is it's whatever. It could be one planet, rules are set one way, and then different planet, all those rules that are okay on one planet are not okay.
100%. And remember, the people that you're dealing with at this point are other acolytes. They're these like slaver guys who know shit all about anything other than torturing and being shithead, like jerks. So if you say something, very, very good odds are that everybody's just gonna say, okay, that's how your life is. So there's really, it's very much, and I always promote yes and of just you say, yeah, this is the way my planet works. And it's like, all right, cool. All right, that's the way it is. You killed the guy? Sure, I believe you. I don't know. Like, how are they gonna fact check it if they aren't like, some high-ranking officer who's then gonna go into some archive that probably, you should say the archive burned down. Fuck it. Okay, it burned down. What am I gonna do? Like, there is no restriction to the point of like reasonability. Like, I can't just say that I assassinated some important character that is actually in the lore that everybody knows about. But if you just make up somebody you killed, who gives a shit? They're dead.
Well, on my planet, we got Necrons that are all friendly and we all get along together.
Okay,
no.
I could probably go into an archive and say, well, that might be true, but you're a heretic and you die. So
that's not more friendly.
And we're gonna remove it from the record so that planet doesn't exist anymore. So, well, hey, you now live on a planet that doesn't exist.
Exterminatus.
You're a Vorpal.
As a matter of fact, that planet's gonna get exterminatus real quick.
Necrons don't like flesh boys.
We appreciate you reporting this to us, and we will. Management will deal with this as quickly as possible.
Okay, well, everybody likes to post. All the people that watch usually like to post game chat. They have fun with it, seeing us joke around that. But everybody, thanks for coming out. Next on Omega Hive TV is Pirate Borg, coming next Sunday, the 3rd of September, and that's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. Join us for that. Have a good night, everybody. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.